time for the best pubcast around. Grab a cold one, sit back, and enjoy the show. This is Corner Pub Sports.
Hey, Bob Cooney here, hanging out with the Corner Hub Sports. There's no better place to be. Check it out whenever you can.
Corner Pub Sports.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Fuck with my shit.
Give your balls a tug, you tent fucker.
Did you miss us?
I know you did.
Yo. What's going on, everybody?
Well, according to Bob Cooney, we got a truck dock at the airport. Corner Hub Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Corner Pub Sports live, back for the first time in a month. We took a month off, man. It was crazy.
Seriously, admit it. You
missed
fucking
us.
missed
Yeah,
us.
you missed us.
Yeah, you missed
You know
us.
you missed us.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you missed us.
You know you missed us.
I missed us, and I can't stand you, Fox.
I mean, you know. As you do every show. Well, I'm Sean, Ryan, Gary, Mike will be here momentarily. As you know, first show back in a month. You know he's late. What are we drinking?
I got the Old Reliable. I got going with the rum and cokes.
Rum and Coke for ride.
And this is the first. Outside of one beer, it's the first drink I've had since I came off that boat. And man, almost a pint in.
I got the Industrial Arts wrench.
What were you drinking before that? It was a
Hey, Gar.
Hey Gar.
Hey, Gar.
Hey Gar.
Gowie.
Hey, guy.
Hey, Gowie.
Hey, pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dave Langle said, "Welcome back, guys." You got Jay saying, "I felt like a year."
Yeah.
It was a long time.
Yeah,
Man.
just spray you with some Febreze before
So-
you go down in there.
We want to thank everybody for sticking
Yeah.
with us. We had a
Like the brown spot off.
we had a lot of stuff going on. We
After
had
an 8-ball, you do what you got to
Oh,
do.
God.
Whatever it takes.
The
Whatever it takes, yeah.
winner takes it all.
we had vacations, we had concerts, we had another vacation. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on where we just couldn't make it work. But we're back, we're here, and we're gonna have
Back streets back. All right.
Corner Pub's back again. Dun, 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 dun.
Get KYE.
So we have a full show for you tonight because we have a lot of stuff to get to that we haven't talked about in the last few weeks with you guys. We're not going to go all the way back to a month, but there's a few things that happened that we want to definitely bring up. And also, we're going to be joined by Andrew and Marshall of King's Promotions. We had them on
6 months ago. 8 months.
not even that long. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
That was 4 or 5
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Yeah, that was February-ish.
Yeah. So they we did a boxing event. It was because it was in between the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And they have another event at 2300 in South Philly taking place next Friday. So those guys will be joining us in a little bit. So, while we're waiting for Mike and everything, I guess we could get right into it. Let's talk some Phillies because they're obviously the only sport going in Philadelphia right now. And it's been a weird couple of weeks since we've been on for that team. They've been up and down. For a while there, it was not looking good at all. They went, 11 out of 12 games they lost or something like that. So it was kind of getting ugly there.
Still not 100% comfortable.
They've turned it around. They're starting to beat some good teams.
Like they're playing good enough to be relevant.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Like I feel more confident about them being a playoff team now than I did 3 weeks ago.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they were losing, every series they were losing
right.
bad teams. Pittsburgh got swept out by Pittsburgh. Things weren't looking too great. They've since then in the last 2 weeks they've turned it back on. They've turned it around. There's still things that worry me.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of things.
Absolutely. A lot of things.
They got to get a closer.
I think they need a closer and
outfielder.
No, because I think maybe your outfielder's in the organization. I think they need a closer and another back of the bullpen guy. I think they need two guys. That's why I think Ranger Suarez is gone. To me, it doesn't make sense trading Abel. Like, are you going to trade Abel and then sign Suarez to a monster contract?
Yeah.
So, like,
I agree.
Welcome, Mike, to the mic.
so
Yeah, thank you.
I think they trade Suarez and maybe Otto Kemp. I don't think they're parting with Carford. I don't think they're maybe Miller.
I don't think they're going to part with Aiden Miller either.
But I do think
They got to do something though.
I think Crawford after the All-Star break winds up being the starting center fielder.
You think he's ready?
It doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, he's more ready than what we got.
I don't think he will, because I think if you're trading one of those guys, that means you're getting an outfielder. Like I think you're getting an outfielder.
See, I think they go with different. I think it's a closer and a back of the bullpen guy. I think it's two pitchers, and they're hoping that the guy that they need in the outfield is already in their organization.
I mean, unless they're sold on Kepler. Jesus, Gabe Kepler, Max Kepler as an outfielder, and
But I mean-
Castellanos and whoever in center.
Like, what else
Just
can the
about feeling
Phillies do
wild.
besides get rid of one of their prospects?
What's
To-
that?
To improve their team.
That was just one.
What else can they do?
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, look, the window's not closing on this team, but they put
it's
a
very
a
close,
lot of money
It's very
into this team.
Well, they can retool with different players, but they're not going to do it with this team.
Right. If they don't have a really good showing in the NLCS, Kyle Schwarber and JT Realmuto are gone. They're not resigning them.
Mhm.
And then
So
Well, I definitely think- I think Castellanos
Dombrowski will be first.
huh?
I think Castellanos is gone. I think.
Unless they trade him. He's
Yeah,
here
Castellanos still under
he's here for 2
contract for
more
another year.
Oh, is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, I
He
thought he was
signed
done.
5, Schwarber signed 4.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think they're going to try and re-sign Schwarber, but Schwarber's going to want a ton of money.
Which
But-
I don't mind. I'll pay him.
Right.
But I want at least a good showing in the NLCS.
But if you let JT Realmuto go,
Yeah, JT.
you have the
yeah.
money. That's a little extra money you're saving up that you can put towards the Schwarber contract.
You think Marshawn's ready to take over?
I mean, dude, it's not like JT's doing that much this
Right.
year.
Yeah.
Like, I
He's
don't
not doing much more than what Marshawn could do.
No.
Right, and
Yeah.
apparently Marshawn's good behind the plate. It's his bat that's slow, and right now, like JT's clearly lost something at the
Yeah,
plate.
He's yeah.
Clearly,
It's been 2-3 years.
He
now.
swings at garbage.
Right.
He's
but
Callie,
he's still so good behind the plate.
But there's
Yeah.
been guys on like all the Phillies sites. Just get on base, get on base. That's not the Phillies' problem. They are getting on base. They're leaving runners on base. Like, you're getting on base. Like, get these players, move them.
Mhm.
Like, stop leaving them stranded.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because my biggest, I guess, fear would be the word with this team, right? So they clearly changed their approach coming into this year. Clearly, they're not swinging and missing as nearly as much.
most of them.
Right, they're not,
Is Casty still doing it?
but that's
He
Casty's.
swung at the first pitch 4 times in a row last night.
Right. So like the approach has definitely changed. And I appreciate that. But at the same time, they changed their approach and now outside of Kyle Schwarber, none of them can fucking hit for power.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
Cassie's got fucking 8 home runs.
Mhm.
Like, and 2 of them were in the past week and a half.
Harper before he went
Harper
out,
had
wasn't-
8.
He wasn't yeah.
Right.
And now I think Harper.
He
I
was
think
probably hurt
Harper's-
all year.
He was hurt. Just
Yeah.
real quick, I had this comment up. Callie's saying you can't make another playoff run with Rojas. Like you can't do it.
Right.
Bobby Pasco's checking in. Hey. Langel's saying you got to play small ball. And then he said, "Oh, why is this game tonight on Apple? Put them on Apple when they play the White Sox."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
But that's
But they have played small ball.
they have.
Yeah.
Like their
They
approach
played small ball, and you get people on base, and you don't do nothing
right.
with it.
Like their approach is definitely different. But
Well,
the
I
way
think
that the way this team can pitch, like starting wise, even if you trade Suarez, if you trade Abel, like the way they can pitch with a guy like Aaron Nola coming off the injury list after the All-Star break, like if they can sew up the bullpen and make that trade that gets them a legitimate closer and another legitimate arm in that bullpen, they got a shot because they play good defense for the most part. And they can pitch.
They've been better defensively. Trey Turner's been better defensively.
Trey Turner's having his best year as
Yeah,
a Philly.
he's-
Like
he's
this
playing really
Alvarado
well.
thing has hurt them.
We got
Well, yeah.
It hurt them really bad.
the Alvarado thing, but also signing Romano and hoping he could be your closer hurt them too.
I haven't followed quite as closely. Romano's had a stretch where he was really good. Now is he back to?
No, he had a stretch where he was better.
Yeah, I mean, no, from May until like early June, he was
better.
He was actually. His
But he
ERA,
was-
his
but you-
ERA was like a 1. Like,
Right,
he
but
was
you
doing-
still couldn't trust him because like he'd come out and have 3 really good outings and then blow a save.
Yeah.
He's like a laceration that's infected. Like today it oozes, tomorrow it doesn't. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like
We've all been there.
so like that's the Phillies. Is it like
it was a picture that I showed you. Is that what you were thinking of?
Yeah. Polsky said, "What's up, guys? We got a Philly podcast checking in. Says Aaron Nola is never pitching again this season.
It's a pussy.
but it's a nice situation to be in where if he doesn't pitch this season, it doesn't matter.
Frag,
Even if they trade
Frag
Suarez
off
or
the
Abel.
roof and ready for
It doesn't matter.
CPS.
Because
Like their starting pitching is fucking stout.
they got Painter.
And Painter's going to come up after the All-Star break.
Well,
so like
Painter's coming up, then that's all the more reason that you should be trading.
Suarez or Abel.
But your bullpen
Suarez
is
or
what
Abel.
takes you deep into the playoffs, Ryan.
I agree with you. I think that Suarez is the guy to trade.
It just doesn't make sense to me to trade Abel. Like, are you
I
going
mean-
to give another pitcher a monster That's 4 pitchers on your staff
Yeah.
with a monster
The only
contract.
thing with like Suarez, though, like I mean,
Who's got the monster contracts?
Wheeler, Nola, and Sanchez.
it's
Or
Suarez.
Sanchez? They paid Sanchez.
Yeah, last
Okay.
year.
Well, Suarez is up for one.
Suarez is up for
Well,
one. He signed a 1-year deal.
But
so-
that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't make sense to trade Abel. Like, are you going to have 4 starting pitchers getting monster contracts? So you got to trade Suarez.
You have he's pitching really well right now. He's leads the majors with 8 quality starts in a row right now.
Hey, Suarez.
Suarez does.
Dude,
Well, I
you
mean, you should but you should be able to get a shit ton in return.
That's
for
the
him.
thing. If you're trading Suarez, you better be getting
You need bullpen arms.
you better be getting both. Like
You
if
get
you're-
bullpen.
if
You
you're
get a
doing Suarez
bullpen arm
someone else,
and an outfielder.
you better be getting both. Yeah. For a starting pitcher, you better be getting both a bullpen guy and an outfielder.
Especially an all-star caliber starter.
No mediocre bullpen guy either, Sean. You need a quality
Yeah,
reliever.
that closer from the A's.
What about what if I mean? Look,
The
I know he's-
closer from Baltimore.
there's
There's a few of them there, Ryan.
there's talks about Jeff Hoffman coming back potentially,
I mean,
and you can probably get him on the cheap because he's not having a great year.
I like Hoffman.
You shouldn't have let him go in the first place.
They
Yeah, but you know
shouldn't-
what? You're like you're saying, he's not having a great
Right.
year.
Like they shouldn't have let him go, but they did, and now he sucks. So like I don't want him.
Yeah.
But I mean, is he in the position where he's at because he sucks?
No,
Like he
it doesn't-
played well in this organization.
right, but like right now he's
Yeah, but he fell
not.
apart. He
I
fell
don't
apart
want
in
a
the playoffs.
question mark. I want a bona fide closer, like a guy you know you're putting out there. All right, we got a 2-run lead. At least you know this game's over.
I don't disagree with you 100%, Ryan, but that's
That's not Jeff Hoffman.
well, right.
No,
and
it's
that's easier said than done to acquire.
They need a closer though. Like
Right.
this Alvarado like getting sniped for steroids or whatever it was.
That fucked them.
Yeah, like they really screwed him over because now, who's your guy? Yeah, and
Right.
now they're doing this rotation thing. And 2 nights ago, Strom almost blew the game.
Yeah.
You had
That was last night.
No, 2 nights ago. It was 4-1.
Yeah, the Marlins.
He almost blew it. And then last night, Kirkland comes in
It's a-
and boom,
I
made
also
made a bad play.
I also had
But-
another thought about this, right? So you trade Suarez, right? Nola gets healthy. Say you traded Suarez for a stout outfielder, so you didn't get that back of the bullpen guy.
Mhm.
So Nola gets healthy, you bring Painter up, right?
Then what?
Look, try Abel as your closer. The dude throws fire.
yeah.
It's easier said than done.
I-
dude. Like closer is a different mentality,
I
man.
totally agreed, but at this point, if you don't get that guy, like, why not try it?
And you're gonna put a rookie, like you're gonna make a playoff run. You're gonna have a rookie as your
Yes,
closer.
like why not try it? The dude, the kid looks like he's got, ice water in his veins.
They're not going to do that now, Ryan, because they're in win now mode.
If you don't get if you don't get a bona fide closer, I don't care what mode you're in, you're not going to win. You're not.
I think they're going.
And
to.
you know,
So like if you don't get the bona fide closer in the trade, try Abel there. Like it can't be worse than what you got.
I'm with you, and I understand what you're saying, but they're not going to do
What-
that.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
They're
I
not
just
going to
don't.
do that.
I don't see it happening. Not with a rookie who's got less than 50 innings under his
I-
belt in the majors.
I hear you.
Putting him in a high pressure situation, especially in the playoffs.
I mean, that's not the first time you're putting them out there to close. Like you started after the All-Star break.
Yeah, but I know, but I'm saying like in a high pressure situation when the guy is just getting his feet wet in the majors. You know, and I think, and the other thing with Abel too, like he's looked great so far, but the rule of thumb has always been with pitchers, third time around no team through a team.
Right.
You know,
like when you start facing teams for the second, third time. Right.
That's when you start seeing it. Does he really have it? Does he not? I mean, look, I hope he does.
What
Real
about-
quick.
And that night
Hold
last
on.
week, he struggled.
Hold on.
He did. He had a
Didn't-
tough game. He had a tough night.
Didn't Suarez do bullpen? Like, is it possible to have
Suarez came up through the bullpen.
Didn't he pitch in relief for us during the World Series?
And every series we had, because
In
Thompson really didn't trust him as a starter, so he was
Yeah.
coming in and out of this game, that game,
Yeah, they were doing like what were they calling that?
like a
What
bullpen
did they
game.
opener.
almost.
They were doing the opener
Yeah.
thing where it was Walker and then Suarez would come in. It was that was
like
weird.
Suarez is due for big time money, Mike.
He's
not going to do that.
And Suarez was awesome.
Well, I
during
mean, he
that
doesn't
year.
get a choice.
He does have a
He
choice.
does have a choice.
He does, Mike. You can't go to Suarez and say, "Hey, we need you to be our closer." He's going to say no.
He
Well,
has a choice.
He's going to say he'll fake an injury. Like he's already proved himself that, and he's going to get paid as a starting pitcher.
He'll grease up his lawnmower. He's not going to do
Like for real, you like I would like if you're Ranger Suarez, you agreeing to that?
that.
Yeah.
You're agreeing to that when
All right, hold on.
when starting pitching money is astronomically more than a closer.
Okay. Hear me out. All right. So you're not even sacrificing. You're doing what your team needs you to do to help them win a championship. You could still be a starting pitcher that's filling in to a role that's needed that you're of value to do and say, hey, not only can I start, but in a pinch, I could be bullpen. I could be anything you need me to be, and I can do it effectively.
Completely disagree. Completely disagree.
I disagree as well.
If I'm in Ranger Suarez's position, I got fucking hundreds of millions of dollars waiting for me as a starting pitcher. I am not taking a chance of getting injured for coming in to save a game.
Right.
For one inning.
Dave
Like,
Lingle
he's
said,
got-
what about,
he- he's
what
got
about
30
putting Walker in as closer? I would.
Like,
Walker's not a.
Philly,
he's not good enough.
Philly said go get Hesley from
like
St. Louis.
Like Suarez is going to get big money as a starter, Mike.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not. I don't know. I just think it's.
He's not going to do that.
Yeah, like I wouldn't agree to it if I'm Ranger Suarez.
No. He's got 35 aunts and uncles and cousins that he's got to support.
All right, so
you know, I'm
but
not trying to be an asshole, but
no, you are.
no,
You
I'm not.
no, you are. You have no idea that he has 35, 37 aunts. You have no fucking clue. So you are trying to be an asshole. So what does that have to do with anything? You are trying to be an asshole. Don't say you're not trying to be an asshole when you are.
Welcome
It's
back,
okay.
Corner Bump Sports, baby. Yeah.
We got a lot of
Your
comments.
points are valid, but
He's not going to do it.
A lot of comments are coming in here. Just to go back a little bit, Philly said the Sanchez deal is so good. Zach is retiring in 27, which I want to talk about in a second.
that's
And
true.
Noel can go pitch in a wiffle ball league. Callie said, I want a bona fide closer.
How about Nola? How
Well-
about bringing Nola in as a
Nah.
because again,
Nah.
he's already on injured reserve, so he could start working out as a
Yeah, but he doesn't have the stuff to be a closer. He throws
Yeah.
92, 93, you know?
This year, he ain't got the stuff
Yeah.
to be a fucking starter.
Polsky said that
well, maybe he was hurt.
Yeah,
Alvarado's
Pope,
a
the-
pimple.
Noel
in a
will be
donkey's
there
ass.
when we need a game when it matters most. Noel will be there.
So you're saying that we got 7 starting pitchers and not one of them can close.
He wants
No,
to-
I'm
one of them
not
can be
saying
bullpen.
He wants
I'm
to
not
close.
saying not one of them can close.
Well, you're saying Abel, but
Every one of them.
Like
can
if you're
close.
going to move a starting pitcher and try him a closer role, I think Abel's the like. Are you going to move Sanchez? Are you going to move Luzardo? Are you going to move Wheeler? Like
Luzardo might be going to the bullpen anyway.
Right.
The way he's going.
so like
what is Luzardo not pitching well again?
He's struggling.
he's
Struggling
struggling.
big
So,
time right now.
so
and,
like
and the big thing
Abe-
with Luzardo is that last year he's already surpassed his innings pitched from last year. Once he got to that point is when he started struggling big time. So it's almost like his arm's just not up to it right now.
It's rubber.
He's like, yeah, he's a rubber arm
he's
right
got dead arm right now.
now. Yeah. I don't know.
I just like there's, I mean, trading I guess makes the most sense, but it's not easy getting bullpen guys, and bullpen guys are erratic as it is.
I mean, if you go to a team that's struggling, like like a Baltimore or someone like that, who's
Yeah, but do they want Ranger?
underachieving.
I guess Ranger's young enough. I mean, he's not a.
What's he, 28?
I don't even think he's. I think he's 26.
Yeah.
Well, the one pitcher on the starting staff that you're going to move into the bullpen would be Luzardo.
I think out of your starters, I think he is the candidate to go. Especially
right.
the way he's struggling right now.
And he throws fire.
He does.
He
throw
does.
95,
He does.
Yeah.
It's hittable. I mean, it's right down the middle of the plate, but it's fire.
Oh, well,
He's
that's not-
29. Suarez is 29.
Is he that old?
Yeah, I thought he was 28.
He's still going to get like a 7-year fucking
Yeah, he'll get paid.
unbelievable deal. Like
Yeah.
he's going to get 40 a year.
Yeah, for sure. Callie said Kimbrel's out there. Oh, God.
He's still
Apparently, the Braves signed him. He had one appearance and then they cut him.
Caught him, yeah.
Holy shit!
he's still looking for the last beer.
Oh,
Braves are falling apart.
so we don't have the game on here because we
They
don't have
well-
Apple. But Jeff McNeil has been an MLB at second baseman for 7 years and still doesn't know how to make a throw to first for a double play and is always crying.
Huh.
So something must have happened. I can't stand him. I cannot stand Jeff
Yeah.
McNeil and his buck teeth.
sorry.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
What was your? You said. What was your point, Ryan?
About, I'm sorry, where were we?
I don't know. I lost it, so-
You have to like when there's a guy.
Oh,
comes
so
right in
you're
your
not-
face and he just sits in there and delivers it.
Like Wheeler, Nola, Sanchez, Suarez isn't like to me isn't going to go to the bullpen. So Luzardo makes the most
Luzardo
sense.
might be the main guy. Yeah.
Or if you don't get that guy, I'm willing to try Abel. I'm willing to try anything if you don't go get that guy in a trade. Because
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to figure
because
something
fucking
out.
Romano is like Strom when he knows his role and he's a late inning guy. He's fucking money.
Kirkland's done okay of late.
Tanner
like,
Banks has been pretty solid too, but like
The Kirkland's been okay.
it's when you get to that the back end of it. Like
Thanks a lot, Jose. You know,
Like
seriously.
Strom has almost blown a few.
he's not a
Because he's
closer
not a
though.
closer, and and that's the thing. That's what I'm worried about. Like they keep alternating these guys in the back of the bullpen there, and
He's too busy stepping on.
they don't know what
roaches.
the role is, and that was the problem in 22. Like you didn't have a real closer that year, and you didn't know who was going to be coming in. It was a mess.
So
Oh yeah, dude, and they're so right. That's not Jordan Romano. That's Little Dicky, dude.
Yeah.
He does. He really does look like him.
Little fucking
And
dicky.
he's so like twitchy on the mound. Like he looks like he's falling asleep. First of all,
and he also anytime I've seen him, he just doesn't look comfortable.
no,
He does not look comfortable on the mound.
He looks like he should be on Ritalin or something. Like he's always moving. I'm surprised he doesn't get called for a balk every time too. I mean, I know his foot's not coming across, but that foot's dropping and he's moving and his shoulders are moving and he's
He's
looks-
fidgety.
yeah, he's a strange dude, man. He's Canadian. What do you want? What do you want?
Oh, so is Rob Thomas.
Here, Callie said he reminds me of Turk Wendell.
Rob
That's a-
Thomas, the singer from Matchbox 20.
Peterson giving us a rundown. Cap scores, ground zone force out. Nick Castellanos scores. Remote to the third. Stout out at second. Kemp to first. 1-0 Phillies.
Nice.
So let's talk about the Wheeler thing. We got about a half hour before these guys join us, or 20 minutes actually.
Yeah. we already smoked.
The Zach Wheeler situation. He basically is coming out and saying after 2027, which is the last year of his contract, that he's done. That he's going to retire.
Well, we got 6 other starting pitching, although none of them were Wheeler.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
There aren't many guys that are Wheeler, right?
But yeah, I'm not surprised at this. Like he mentioned this right after he signed his contract that this is probably the last contract he's going to sign. So I'm not surprised. Like, I think, when you look at it, like
We
we
could like 38, I think, right?
Right.
Something like that.
so we all knew it was coming.
He'd be 38. Holy shit.
I think so, yeah. With these-
Yeah, he was in with the Mets for like 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably, what's that, about 9 with the Phillies at the end of this?
I think this is his 9th year.
This is 9th already?
I think so.
No.
8th.
No, he signed in 19. He's 35 now.
So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It's his 7th year with the Phillies.
So he'll be there 9.
So he'll be 9 years. Yeah,
Mm.
He's the best pitcher since Kurt Schilling.
I agree.
I mean, there's
He might be better
for the
than
Phillies.
Kurt.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Might be better than Kurt.
Oof.
He might be.
he wins
Yep.
more than Kurt.
I
And
think.
that's
He,
unfair because that team sucked. But
I think you can make the argument. at
2020 he was signed.
least.
Okay.
That's
So
what
it's-
I thought it was 2020. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's right. Because then we had Harper and then we signed Wheeler the next year, and it was like, all right,
Yeah.
they're starting to make a run, and then that season got cut
So in
short.
6 years. So that's a good question, poll question, or at least question for everybody listening. Who's better at this point,
Yeah,
Wheeler or Schilling?
I'm going Wheeler. I think as good as Kurt Schilling was.
I think I am too.
Schilling had 300 strikeouts.
Yeah,
now.
twice.
Yeah, he did.
Twice.
And that's not when Wheeler does do the strikeout thing, but
I know it's a different game. Well, a little bit. And
That-
they don't
that's
pitch as many innings.
that's the
you
thing.
know.
Like if you put Wheeler in that era, like I don't know. Like he just I don't know.
He just seemed. Now again, it's more like present time, but like it just seems like it's going to sound weird to say. It just seems like Wheeler's more dominant than Kurt Schilling was, if that makes
I
sense.
just think he has a better arsenal. Like I think he's
got more pitches.
he's more yeah. He does a lot more. Like Schilling's going to try to blow by
Right.
blow by you every time.
And then if that didn't work, Schilling would just battle you.
Mhm.
Wheeler seemed all right. So you keep failing off the fastball. I'll go to my curveball and just fool you. Like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Callie is just saying we should have got Devers. I'm so annoyed with that whole trade. The only thing with that, Callie, they gave up 4 players for Devers.
And they took on the whole contract.
Yeah, and Devers, to me, you may have seen the best of him. I'm not that upset about like when I've liked him, yes, but when I saw the trade and how many players were involved, I'm like, nah. Like,
You were giving up Miller, Crawford, and probably Abel.
I don't think you're giving up. No, you're not giving up all those because the Giants didn't have to give up all their top prospects.
That wasn't their top prospects?
Nah.
You're giving up
there
two
was
of them.
There was one decent one, but like all the other guys were kind of mid-tier guys. So,
So you would have had to give up one.
you would have had to give up somebody,
Right.
yeah, and then maybe like a guy like a Kemp or something like that.
And then you got them, like, you're on the hook for them until 2033.
And yeah, and again, you may have seen the best of Devers.
Right.
And
at this point, I
Mm-hmm.
know how it's going to sound, but I don't want another. Like, we're already in that situation with Turner and Harper.
Yeah. I mean, Harper's lived up to it.
He has. He just seems like he's breaking down.
Well, yeah, he is breaking down every year. He's been hurt a lot.
So while Gary's grabbing a smoke, should we talk about the NBA Finals real quick?
Yeah.
All right. It's been exciting, and I was hoping by the time we were doing our show that we have a champion crown, but that didn't happen because
No.
Pacers whooped butt last night, man.
Yeah.
Pacers whooped on OKC.
And it's kind of hard, man.
Giggity.
Yeah, you look at TJ McConnell, who's had a major impact in this series. Major impact.
Giggity.
Yeah. And Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not going to sit here and say I wasn't on board, but when they made the Harden trade, I was on board with it. I thought the Halliburton deal would have been better, would have got you more depth, but
And we were sure that the Halliburton deal was on the table.
it was mentioned over and over,
It was
man.
mentioned at the time, and then it resurfaced again like a couple weeks ago. Oh, there was a trade on. Like,
Right.
yeah, we remember that. It was Buddy
Yeah.
Hield, Halliburton, and someone else
And
Simmons?
it's for Ben
for
Simmons, and a pick.
Yeah, Simmons and a pick, and they didn't. No, it was Thibault. It was Thibault and Simmons.
Thibault Simmons. Thibault
Yeah.
Simmons for Halliburton, Hield.
Hield and someone else.
Yeah.
It might have been 2 other players. It was when they were with
Sacramento.
Sacramento. Yeah.
And then you also could have drafted him.
Did
That was the Mikal Bridges draft.
So-
So we ended up with Zaire Smith.
So TJ
Ugh.
McConnell has become the highest. So he's the first player to have as many points, assists, rebounds in a game off the bench or in a series off the bench in
Yeah.
the NBA Finals.
58 points.
How is he doing it though? Like, is he like he's
Dude,
just,
he's doing what TJ McConnell does. He comes in, he creates a spark, and he's just efficient inside the paint.
Dude,
Yeah.
he made the same shot 4 straight times last night. He would come in along the right side of the baseline, out of the right outside the paint, and just and just either
That
do
little floater.
that little floater, and he hit it over and over.
That 10,
and
12
over
foot
and
floater.
over.
Like
And then he was making
and his
steals.
basketball IQ, you've seen it through his career. His basketball IQ has just gotten better and better and better and better as he's been in the league. And I'm not even gonna go hindsight 20. This fucking team, the Sixers, they haven't had a backup point guard. I couldn't tell you when.
It's been a long, dude.
And you just let McConnell walk, who you could have kept for cheap.
Well, you haven't had a backup point guard since McConnell, right?
No,
McConnell was the backup point guard.
right. Like it's so.
Wait,
Everything the fucking Sixers
Isaiah-
touch just falls apart.
What was his name?
Isaiah Joe.
Yeah, Isaiah Joe. Yeah, no,
And
no,
who-
no Isaiah Joe for you?
No. And who was the one they had in the beginning of the process? Cannonball.
No, Isaiah Cannon.
Yeah,
Isaiah Cannon was out of the
Michael Carter Williams, but he was supposed to be a starter.
I mean, he won Rookie of the Year, and then you traded him.
Joe said, Joe's checking in. He said, you guys want either of the Rutgers guys that couldn't make the damn tourney?
No.
Or
well,
on
I mean,
top-
I would
on
take
top-
Harper.
And on top of that,
I'd take Harper, definitely. I'm
but he's not gonna
worried
do it.
about taking Ace Bailey.
yeah, Ace
Yeah, I
Bailey's
think
canceling meetings,
everybody.
workouts. So
Yeah, he
that's-
apparently, and you know what? It's not even about whether he wins or loses. His whole thing is that he wants to get the most minutes he possibly can.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to a team where he's a role player to start. He wants to be a star. His words.
dude, I got to tell you,
His words. The
that's
Sixers are going to draft him. I guarantee
they're
fucking
not.
see.
They're gonna mess
They're
it-
not.
They're gonna
They're
mess.
not going to draft.
They're gonna mess this up.
No, they're going to draft VJ Escom
I bet you they draft Ace Bailey.
or Edgecombe.
We loved what we've seen, and we feel we can make it work. Like we've been to a lot of Rutgers stuff, and he's got
Yeah,
a lot of potential, and we feel we're gonna run it back with Maxey, George, and Embiid, and we're gonna.
It's a shame because Bailey is the better fit.
God, that's a fucking joke. Like they're gonna.
Philly said TJ such a smart plug and a great leader. His highlight as a Sixer was a triple
What are we talking, Sixers?
dunner,
We're talking basketball.
a triple double, and hitting a game winning shot
I
against the
should've stayed out
Knicks
smoking cigarettes.
when they won like 11
That's why we
games.
started it. Now
Driving down the
But
freeway.
the series has been good. The finals has been.
It's been
good.
very good. Yeah, it's been
last
been
week
high.
or last night's game was a blowout. Yeah, it's been high
Yeah.
scoring. It has been.
There's been a few blowouts on each side.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a really good series. I thought it was over last night. I thought OKC was going to win it.
I still think OKC wins it.
I
Believe
think
it or
they're
not.
home. They're home. Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if they don't win it.
Yeah, and
on
they're the
Saturday.
better team.
But hey, you never know. I mean, I tell you what, man, there's a lot of comments coming in there today. I'm kind of falling.
probably 'cause it's like-
remember when Eric Snow fell asleep when he was in an
I
outfit?
do.
He lasted a month. Say basketball talk for Gary, Nick Stauskas, Tony Roten.
Tony Roten.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
miss Eric Snow. God, when he fell asleep. Oh, Eric, you all right? Oh, yeah.
I'm with
How do you
Garrick.
fall
I'm with
asleep?
Garrick.
Oh man, that was fun.
Yeah, you're the only
I'm
other
with
guy
you.
that would. You were the only other guy that would fall asleep during that. But at least you're drinking.
Oh, fuck basketball.
Philly said the Phillies outfielders read a ball in the air about as well as Floyd Mayweather reads a goddamn book.
I don't know. I haven't.
Dude, they got to make a move, man. They got to make a move, get an outfielder here. But it was funny though, just real quick about the Nick Castellanos thing because he got benched, right? The next game he makes the game-winning catch against the wall. To
Yeah.
seal the game because if that's over his head, game over.
That was a tremendous
They
catch,
win.
too.
Yeah, it was.
What did he actually say?
We don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything. Something inappropriate they said across the line.
Yeah.
Somebody said that he might have like cursed out a teammate or something.
They cursed at Thompson.
Yeah, he did.
They cursed at Thompson because he was mad at Thompson taking him out
Right.
for defensive.
Well, I
reasons.
mean, he said him. He was almost at Iron Man status, dude.
What's he gonna do? Break Cal Ripken's record? You know what I mean? Come
But still,
on. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, getting.
but Castellanos is the guy that says, "All right, I'll take my punishment. And I'll play the next game."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got to. I mean, what else is he going to do? I mean, he's got to take the punishment.
All right, so we got about 10 more minutes before it
Are
gets.
you not drinking?
I got
No, you got some.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Ginger and fucking.
Ginger Jameson.
Why you want to do a shot, Mike? I do a shot of Jameson, Mike.
Mike's thinking about it. He's not saying no.
Oh, yeah, I didn't actually say no.
Didn't.
All right, then. Fucking, where's the shot glasses at?
Right here. I'm not doing it here.
What do you mean you're not doing one?
'Cause I'm already drinking it.
He's drinking it already.
So?
I got a long day tomorrow. Here.
So do I.
He's
I
got
gotta
40
fucking-
fucking kids coming over. And his,
Well, I got 3.
and his
Goddamn
mother,
right
his
there.
mother-in-law already put his flag on him.
Yeah.
Oh, you got flag?
No,
that's why
Yeah,
you're.
pretty much.
Yeah.
No, it was pre-planned before that.
So what do you got? A birthday party tomorrow?
Yeah, they're doing
Connor's
something.
birthday.
Connor's birthday party?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All his classmates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be an adventure.
Yeah, Maddie's got a little birthday gathering as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be fun. 95 degrees outdoors. Should be good.
Oh.
Should be all right. Wear
That's
the
why you
sun-
got the bounce house?
wear the sunscreen. Yeah. That's
Mike,
for me.
Mike, you're coming for that Sabbath.
Bounce house is for me. All right.
I don't know. What is it again?
The 5th.
July 5th?
Yeah. 10
We'll talk about it.
a.m.
Yeah, we'll talk about it because our next show might be on the 5th because we're not going to do it on the 4th.
No.
All right. Back to the show because, you guys are watching and having us have private conversations here. The NHL finals are over.
Brother.
The Florida Panthers have won their second straight Stanley Cup. They're the first team since the 70s to win
Beat the same team.
back-to-back Stanley Cups against the same team.
It's wild.
Yeah, Florida now has 4 of the last 6 Stanley Cup championships with the
That pisses me
Lightning
off.
and the Florida Panthers.
That
It's-
pisses me off.
Ice melts in Florida, and yet they skate better
It's
than
90. It's 90 degrees.
yeah, they can hit. It's good hitting weather.
Apparently, that one of the biggest reasons why guys want to stay in Florida is because there's no state tax.
I mean,
you're getting $33 million and you don't want to pay a tax on that. You know what I mean?
But apparently, that's why guys are willing to like re-sign there, and free agents go there and all.
Well,
but they also build their teams like the Lightning. The Lightning were good for years and years and years and years.
They have been
right?
good for a long time, guys.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Panthers had 32 playoff wins over the last season. The Flyers have had 33 wins during the whole season. Oh my
Well,
god!
Well, did you hear the latest rumors that Danny Briere would jeopardize the draft to get Connor McDavid to come play for the Flyers?
They don't have over the last 2 seasons, right?
The last 2
I would
seasons, yeah.
jeopardize the draft for Connor McDavid.
Yes, I would too.
Absolutely.
I'd give up all 3 first-round picks.
Someone had
Oh yeah.
someone had a picture. It was Connor McDavid when the game's on the line, and it was him in the jersey, but the face was James Harden. I was like, that's awesome.
That's a little because he shows up. He shows
Yeah.
up in the playoffs.
I mean, he had a rough.
He didn't this past playoff.
Like he went -4 the last
in the
game.
series, right?
Like he didn't look good.
Right. Like leading up to the finals, though, like he was a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Harden never made the finals.
Right.
No. That's
Yeah.
true.
He's been there 2 straight years.
Yeah.
Like so, like
But I mean, Connor McDavid is a different.
he's a
Yeah,
he's a
different.
generational player. Like
So
He's one of he's one of the top 2-3 players in the league, right?
oh, it's
he might be the
him.
top.
It's him. Another one that plays on that same team, fucking Draisaitl. The one from fucking
he's gonna trade my youngest for McDavid. Philly
Yeah.
said. Phil said, "We're not there yet. There's no way Danny does it."
the
We're just
one the
hypothetical.
one from Toronto, Austin Matthews.
Mhm.
He's a top 3-4 player right now. So like,
yeah.
But why wouldn't you do it, Phil? Because he's the type of player that changes your
Now,
entire
what-
frame.
yeah.
You're saying that Danny wouldn't do it.
Phil's saying he wouldn't trade.
That Danny, there's
He
no way.
said he's
Briere.
he's not there. The Flyers ain't there yet. They're not
He
ready
said
to
if we
do
had a solid defense and a solid goalie, we, and I understand what he's saying. Like you're not basically you're trading your future away, and you don't have a future without it. Like,
Well, you
know.
kind of would with Connor McDavid and Mishkov.
you got to hope. Yeah, you got to hope you. I mean, you need more than that. You got
Right,
to hope
you-
that you can build around.
Right,
But,
but
he's saying
that's
you can't build around him because you traded all your.
And it's
but
a,
but
that's
but
a
it,
salary cap league, man.
right, it is. But like,
They got
the Fly-
$50 million suspension.
and the Flyers now have 3 first-round picks. So like, if you trade them 3 picks, you still got 5 second-round picks.
Yeah.
Like, is
Shit, I
there
would
any,
trade all 8 of them.
right? Is there anybody in the first round that you could tell me is going to be Connor McDavid?
No.
Right. So
not
I'm
necessarily.
trading all 3 of them picks if it came up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're not even like good picks.
Uh,
Well,
yeah,
top
two of them
okay.
are.
The one.
No.
Two of them really are. Yeah. You got 6 and 17.
Was it 17?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 24.
Like
Yes.
there's good players to be had in the first 20 players, Mike. There's good players to get.
All right. I mean,
So-
I thought that after the top 3 or something, it really drops off.
Well, after the top 2, like there is a drop off, but the top 2 are supposedly like generational
It's like
type
every,
play,
it's
right?
Like every draft,
Yeah.
man. It's
but
always
it,
top.
but there's quality there. There's
Okay.
quality there.
Like even in the second round with the amount of picks they have, like there's good players to be had.
But I thought that there was if they would have like picked where they were projected to pick, third, they would be in really good position.
Yeah.
And now that they dropped all the way to like 6th or 7th,
They're 6th.
they're
Phil said the Oilers are going to want more than 3 firsts, and he's probably right. And it's their franchise cornerstone player.
well, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's not even like it's hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Like they're not even.
Don't you
he's not
think-
being shopped.
Don't you
right?
thought
No.
hypothetical me guy?
All right, so I'll give you the 3 first and 2 of the seconds.
You give all 5 of the seconds.
Yeah, like what do you want? The only thing you're not getting is Mishkov.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, what do you want?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a unicorn.
You
Yeah.
can't even have the 2 hairs on my underneath my testicles.
Needed 2 thrusts to get it in.
Two thrusts.
You want all 3 of these fucking Russian goalies? You can have them.
Just toss the
You know what I'm
panties.
saying? Like,
So Bob wins his
Speaking of Russian goalies,
another Stanley Cup.
Bob,
Sergei
Bob,
Bobrovsky,
Bob,
former Philadelphia Flyer.
and stands on his fucking head. in
Dude,
the
some of the
playoffs.
saves he made. The
Like,
one save he made on McDavid was insane.
Yeah,
like
like-
to his left with his glove.
all right, so there's been there's a connection with Bobrovsky with the Flyers, obviously, right? So there's been a lot of social media activity, and I'm just gonna now when Bob was here, yes, he struggled, he
he
did,
was good though.
but he was still good. So I'm like, you never know what can happen. Obviously, when they traded him, they didn't think he was going to turn into this, and they thought Briz was the answer.
Would have never.
Right. So obviously, you got that wrong.
Well, it's
But-
Columbus got it wrong as well, Ryan.
That's my point.
Right. At that, but what I think what compounds it is you see what happened with Bobrovsky's career as 10 years, 12 years went on, however long he's been playing. Right. The problem there is, though, it's the same thing. Like the Flyers haven't been able to identify a franchise goalie since Ron Hextall. And even Ron Hextall might not have been that bona fide franchise goalie. Like, he had that.
He had a
on
couple good years.
he had a massive rookie year.
He's an above average goal.
Right, right. So, like, they really haven't had a franchise goalie since Pelle Lindbergh. And you don't even know if Lindbergh would have been because he only played a year and a half.
But they thought they did, but he couldn't force a girl to take her pants off.
No, again, dude, I don't know that Carter Hart was the
Neither do
answer
I.
either.
And I'm on record saying that. I don't know if he was a franchise goalie. I don't know.
You loved them,
I
but
did love him.
You
Yes,
did.
I
But if you ask me, you don't know. He didn't prove that he was a franchise goalie, if you ask me.
I agree.
So like it's been fucking 50 years with this team almost.
Yep.
Since the first goalie they had in Bernie Perron. Like,
Yeah.
so that's what compounds the Bob thing. Like
Mhm.
they can't identify a franchise goalie.
They can't identify young talent in general.
Right.
In general.
They either move on too fast or you hold on to a guy for 7 years or 12 years, a la Claude Giroux. It's not Claude Giroux's fault. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That they thought he was the guy you could build around, but he just wasn't. And again, that's something they could never identify.
Yeah.
I think he was. I think maybe he was the guy you could build. They just never built around him.
Phil
The
saying
only
they
time
can,
they
they
built
just
around
don't.
him was Yager.
Right. And look what he did with Yager
Right.
as the centerpiece, though.
Right.
Like, that's my point. Like,
They just didn't build around him.
but Giroux was never a guy that you could, like, Giroux's not like a Mishkov type player.
No.
Like, he's not the guy that could be your best player.
No.
They tried
He
it
was-
for
he was
10
a
years with Jacob
good-
Voracek.
He's a
and
really
Scott
good
Hartnell.
secondary player.
Right. Like, he's really good player, but he can't be your best player. Like, he proved that as a Flyer.
And franchise
All right.
goaltenders
We got-
don't grow on the fucking trees.
Then
Change,
how come every other team can find one, Gar?
change,
You know what I mean?
change
Like
gears. We got our guest joining us here. We'd like to welcome back to the show Marshall and Andrew. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Gentlemen, how we doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Doing great.
We're good. Welcome back, fellas.
It's good. It's good to be back.
You at the ring?
I'm actually at the arena where the fights are being held next week.
Oh, okay. So Marshall and Andrew are on here because they have an event coming up next Friday. And I'm going to let them kind of tell you about it. It's taking place here in Philly.
Yeah, we have a spectacular show at the 2300 Arena next Friday, the 27th. Starts at 7 p.m. We have a total of 11 bouts. And the main event is Julian Gonzalez versus Jason Sanchez from New Mexico. And then we have a female bout in the co-feature, Brittany Sims against Marcela Nieto. But we have 9 other bouts on top of that. So it's going to be a great night of boxing.
That's awesome.
And I'll tell you what, if it's anything like what we ended up going to, you know, what, 2 months ago?
A couple months ago, yeah.
You guys back in January.
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
You guys are in for a treat.
Yeah, that was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, you gotta go. It being close, that up close, and just it's incredible. It should be a bucket list item. It should be a once in a lifetime type. Not a once in a lifetime, but it's something that you got to do once.
Yeah, for sure. Now we had a great time last time at the event at the last one in.
I wasn't sure you guys even got to see it because you sat by the bar the whole time.
we had our fill of drinks,
Yeah,
but no, we caught all of them. We hung out with some of the boxes. They come out and hang out. We were right behind the girl's family.
Oh, the one girl that fought, right? Exactly.
First fight, yeah.
And we see no teeth punch the piss out of that guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
Has he fought since then?
He's actually in Vegas right now training. He has a fight coming up July 26th on the DAZN network.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
How you been, Andrew?
Good. How are you guys?
Good, man. So you got anything to add about the fight this upcoming Friday?
No, I think I missed a little of what y'all were talking about. I didn't have sound initially, but yeah, it's going to be a great event. Looking forward to it.
So, Marshall, you're at the gym now. What's going? Is there actually bouts going on right now? Or is it just kind of training?
Yeah. No, there's actually fights going on right now. There's another something called TCL, which stands for the Combat League, and they're doing fights here at the 2300 Arena tonight. So I came down here to watch them, and then I figured I'd get on the Zoom call with you guys, and so I came down here to promote my show as well for next week, and just being on here with you guys, and hopefully we can plug it away and get a lot of people out here for next week as well.
Feels cool. He's like ringside during the show.
Yeah, it's
That's
awesome. Yeah, this is a first for sure.
I'm actually sitting at the bar.
Oh, okay.
So even more perfect.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. So, with the card this Friday, anybody that you're looking at in particular, because I know last time, there was quite a few fighters who saying, "Hey, this guy has a chance to make it, or this girl has a chance to make it." Is there anybody on this card that you think can make a nice career out of this?
Most definitely. The main event, Julian Gonzalez is 16-0 with 12 knockouts. Young kid, 23 years old. Growing, climbing up the ladder to much bigger paydays, much bigger opportunities, and he's in it with a tough guy from New Mexico, and so he's one to look out for. And the co-feature, Brittany Sims, she is number 2 in the world right now, and she's looking at capturing to be able to have the opportunity to fight for the world title very soon.
Wow.
Also on the card, there's a young kid out of New Jersey named Emmanuel Chance, who, as an amateur in the major tournaments, was 30 wins, 1 loss. So very impressive fighter. He's on the card as well next week. We got another Olympian who was a gold medalist who's fighting next week, on the card as well. Guy named Sardius Simmons out of Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. So it's going to be a great night of fights. You know, if people haven't gotten their tickets, they'll make sure they get their tickets. You know, by next week, 2300arena.com.
Nice.
Yeah, one fight I wanted to mention. I think when you guys were there last time, there was a heavyweight bout between Ali Ellis and Colby Madison. It was a pretty exciting fight. This time, Ali Ellis is back fighting a heavyweight from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, named Lamir Riley. I think that's going to be a great fight. I think it's actually going to be better than his fight with Colby Madison. Just
I agree.
Lee and Lamir are very similar in terms of like their physical qualities. Whereas, you know, Ali was much shorter than Colby last time, and I think that was somewhat of a disadvantage. Him and Lamir are basically the same size, same build. Both of them, you know, Lamir is just an all-action fighter. I think that's going to be a really exciting fight for the show.
So that's going to be a pure punching fight.
It really is. Seriously, guys, and with 11 fights, they're going to be, you know, a night filled with action. You know, so hopefully you guys can make it out next week.
Yeah, I mean, some of us are playing on Ryan. Ryan, it's actually is his anniversary, so he won't be able to make it. But yeah, Gary and I were talking before the show. We were thinking about trying to get down there for sure. You know, it's not too far. Not too far.
Yeah, 2300 South Swanson. It's like, I mean, it's a great facility. It's where I'm at now, and it's where I might have done about 25 shows here in total. So it's a great venue, and it's, you know, Philly's a fight town. You know.
Well, I think you guys are kind of around my age. Do you remember ECW wrestling?
Yeah, that must be pretty old, Andrew.
So this is the ECW arena.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So I think for nothing else, you should come out because of that.
Nice.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, just check it out. The nostalgia. And this time you're going to see real fighting. You know.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a great location, and just to see what they've done with this venue is amazing.
Nice.
I mean, from the ECW days.
Yeah, just seeing like where you are there, like it looks like it's kind of been updated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks
really
nice.
it really is. You can see
look at that.
behind me here, just everything. I'm over by the bar area. It's kind of dead here tonight. You won't see that next week at all, though. Next week it would be packed.
But it was an ECW arena. It was more like, you know,
chaos,
a warehouse.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Right.
It still has a lot of. I mean, you still feel like when you're in it, you know, you can feel like you're at the ECW arena. It has a lot of the ECW banners around it still to this day, but there's been a lot of great updates to it that make it, you know, a great destination to go to for a sports event.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that sounds like a good match. Are you guys still working with Live at all, or you guys just
No, Live just doesn't have any dates available right now. So I'm just waiting for a date from Live. They're contractually supposed to give me 2 more dates this year. Just waiting on that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And,
so, but you know, hey, look, you know, Philly's a great fight town. I heard you guys talking about hockey earlier, and you know, we know there's lots of fights that take place in hockey. That's for sure. And the Phillies were always, I mean, the Flyers were always known for great fights at their games, right?
100%.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you're 100% right. Philly really is a fighting town. I mean, you know, all the boxers have come up, you know, through the ranks, through Philly. You know, it's got a lot of history in that, and especially in the 70s and 80s and stuff. It was crazy for a while there. Seemed like every time you turned around, there was another big time fighter coming out of Philly.
For sure, and you know, in Philly right now, probably the 2 hottest fighters in Philadelphia right now today are Jerron Boots Ennis, and Atifo Burlington. Those 2 are probably the 2 hottest fighters right now coming out of Philadelphia, and that says a lot because there's a lot of good fighters in Philadelphia.
I tell you, Atifo was scary, man. He was scary when we saw him.
That dude was a monster, man.
So let's sit together ringside, drink alcohol, talk screen, watch some fights.
There you go. That's what I like to hear.
So next
But you know,
Friday,
look, this is my question to you guys, right? I mean, you promote all kind of sports in Philly, mostly the major sports. What I don't understand, and it's always been a struggle for me as a promoter, you know, why can't the people that are willing to pay to see hockey or basketball or baseball or football, how do we get a fraction of those people out to see professional boxing? Because the fighters that are going to be, you know, that we're going to be showing are, you know, every bit as good as, you know, the guys that play for the Phillies or the Flyers or the Eagles in their profession. And, you know, we got to get some of those people to the event. So that's where we're looking for you guys to be able to help us out.
no, that's a great question. It really is. You know why? You know why is it that boxing has kind of taken a back seat?
I think it's UFC. It's just not as market. People, I don't know, man.
Maybe
It's a shame. It's a shame, man.
Maybe it's just not promoted as much. I mean, like, I don't know.
Because I tell you, like, that was the second boxing event I've ever attended. The first one was years ago at the was it the Armory? But I've
Okay,
never
yeah.
I was never as close as I was to the last event, and I'm like, this is intense. Like, it was intense. It was awesome, and you know, hearing every exhale through every punch, and you know, when the gloves hit, and you know, all that stuff. It was awesome, and it was one of the best live spectacle events I've gotten to.
Like, you just got to
It was
find
awesome.
more people like me that just love watching people get the shit punched out of them. Right. Like watching somebody get the shit punched out, like, that's great stuff.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's why he shows up every week. 'Cause we beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, whatever. Just give me another beer and punch the piss out of me. I don't.
There you go. There you go. That's what I like to see. But in all honesty, like what Andrew said, it's I think what we're missing in the sport of boxing, at least, it's not on mainstream TV, and I think that's what hurts us. You know, baseball's on mainstream TV, basketball's on mainstream TV, football's on but boxing's not, and I think that's what hurts the boxing community.
Yeah, it's a shame because it used to be, right? They used to have the Saturday night fights and HBO, right? I guess HBO still does it here and there, but
Yeah, HBO's out of the business now for
Yeah.
boxing, and
But
Showtime's also out of the business.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't know.
Yeah, you had Saturday Night Main Event or
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever it was
Yeah.
on HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really struggled in that aspect of it. But you know, I think it takes a lot of hardcore guerrilla marketing, hitting the streets, letting people be aware of it. And you know, look, people come out and support their family and friends. So, you know, if you have a boxer who has a lot of family and friends that support them, they'll come out and buy tickets. But just your average Joe Blow, it's hard to get them to be aware of what's going on.
Yeah,
Let's
and
face it, nobody advertises in the newspaper anymore.
But you know that's what I want to get across to people. You know, like when I started promoting shows in Harrisburg, my feeling was if you get 5,000 people or 2,500 people out to come see a double-A minor league baseball game, why can't you get half that many people or just as many people out to come see professional boxing when professional boxing might only be there 3 or 4 times a year and minor league baseball is there 100 times or 80 times. And I think
You know what? I'm
There
going to
has to be that one guy who goes over the edge. You got to have that one guy that brings the fans in.
No, you know what it is? I think part of it is also that it's about the promotion. It's about minor league baseball is a family oriented, like fun time for the kids. You bring the whole family there. They got the silly mascots. They got dollar hot dogs. They got these. There's all these different things where boxing's definitely more of a professional. It's probably more male dominant target market, which obviously I probably can't say. So I mean, I can't argue with that. But I think that's part of it. But for me personally, if I have the choice, being at the event that we just went to, if I had the choice between going to a Phillies game or going to a boxing event, I'm going to a boxing event. I think that the boxing event's more fun.
Yeah.
I think it's more. Yeah, if you could sit close enough, I think that's
It really is,
No,
and you
I'm-
know what? You hit the nail on the head. It really is a family. Baseball is a family-oriented sport. You know, they have like you said, the mascot. They have all those different things. They have games They have games inside the games. You know, and I try to do that a few times, but it's just hard to get someone to commit to being a mascot. I tried to get Andrew to be a mascot, but he refused to be one.
Hold on. You know, I saw a question on the chat that said, who do we like, Canelo or Crawford? And so Marshall and I have a history of picking some of these things, and I normally get it right, and Marshall gets it wrong. So
don't believe that.
So here's what I think about Canelo and Crawford. I think it's going to go the distance. I think it's going to be a fairly boring fight, and I think it's a 50-50. It's hard for me to say who I think is going to win, but I don't think I would spend the money on it on pay-per-view. That might be controversial, but that's my opinion on that fight.
Isn't it something that, like, a lot of those fights that get that hype, right? They turn out that way.
Yeah.
They turn out to be kind of a.
Yeah, when was the last time that there was a legit pay-per-view fight that you paid for?
The undercard fights are usually the better fights.
Maybe
You know?
Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson, which is like a big shocker that maybe was like,
wait a minute,
something to talk about.
Those female fights with the
Yeah.
last Tyson fight.
Oh, you're talking about Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor.
God damn,
that was a great fight.
That was a
That was
Yeah.
a great fight. Yeah.
That stole the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Yep. And listen, next week, guys, we have 2 female bouts on the card.
Yeah.
The females always steal the show. They really do.
I'll tell you what, the female
There
fight.
ain't nothing like watching two women punch the fuck out of each other.
No, that one fight that we watched was incredible.
Yeah, it was.
So
Fight too.
Yeah.
I think both of the women on our show next week in the fight will be world champions, and Kings Promotions has a history of getting behind women that end up being world champions, and I think we have 2 fighters next week that are going to be world champions. So I think that that should be really interesting to people that for whatever reason, want to see that. They're going to be great action fights, and 2 world champions. That's what I'm saying.
Andrew, I think that's a good point too. If you want to go and you want to watch somebody before they hit it big, before they are like on cards to where you can't like get into the arena where where you can't afford it, or where the people sitting ringside are all like wearing all the actors
on Facebook.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you want to be the one that said, I knew them, I watched them ringside before they were like huge, this is your opportunity.
But,
Correct. You're absolutely right.
And you mentioned about the experience of kids and kids and their engagement with mascots and whatnot. I mean, I think kids should be able to engage at our boxing events more so than they can even engage at a minor league baseball game. I mean, any kid that went to the event that you all were at last time could have got a picture and an autograph with a Tifo Berelton or, any of our other fighters. It's just they might not, feel comfortable engaging like that. But, like, the fighters would love it. The fighters would be all for it. And, I mean, I hope it does become even more of, like, a family-friendly experience. I certainly think that it could be.
And we have what we have going on next week as well. I got connected with a gentleman who is creating 8x10 photos and like cartoon characters, and so we're going to do that for the fighters to sign on them, and so there's going to be a whole different vibe for next week's fight as well, to try to make it more family oriented, that people remember who they came out to see as well.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, even if the kids can't make it, even if the dad finds a way to sneak out for a guys' night or something like that, they can bring out their kids or something like that.
I might bring my son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have and we have next week. We have the Union League, Philadelphia Union League, will be taking part of it, and they have over 100 people coming here, and most of them are father and sons. So it really it works out great. Yeah.
It's a good bonding experience. It's a good live sporting event that you typically. Here's another thing too. When you go to a Phillies game, you're spending I don't know how much.
$500.
Yeah, for 3 or 4 pack of tickets to sit close. You can get nice up and close and kind of personal with this event. I mean, you can get pretty close to the ring and watch this action up close. You're not going to get that kind of action that close at a Phillies game or.
And what brings them father and son together more than two guys beating the shit out of you?
That's right, exactly.
And not only that, you don't need to you don't need to withstand the disappointment this fall when the Phillies do what they've done for the last 3 seasons. I think
you're pulling that
and that's the other thing too is
we still got the Eagles.
You go to a boxing event. You're going to get entertainment no matter what. You have a chance at going to a Phillies game or a Flyers game or a Sixers game and being completely let down or being bored.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that at a boxing event.
No, without a doubt. You're right. You're absolutely right. And look, we have 2 championship fights next week as well. And so I love, if you guys are definitely going to make it, I'd love to have you guys present the belt to the champion.
Oh, wow. I'll do it. I'm in.
What?
I'm in.
There you go. I love it.
We have to skip the anniversary here.
I'll do it.
Fuck.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
No, can't say no.
There you go. We have a championship fight for the main event and a championship fight for the co-feature.
Okay.
So it's going to be great. And one
So
of the female, one of the females will be a champion. One of the main event for the main event will be a championship fight as well.
Can I do a strut around the ring as I'm holding the belt up?
That's it. There you go.
Nobody wants to see that.
Only if you got a thong on, bro.
Jesus Christ, we want people to show up.
Marshall, Jacob Miller is asking, where can I find tickets? Where can he get tickets?
2300arena.com.
How many times did you say that?
2300arena.com. Tickets for Ring Wars.
One more time for Ham and Eggers. 2300.com.
Right.
2300arena.com.
He said it 6 times. You're going to mock me for not knowing, and then you fuck it up.
Suck my balls,
The 2300
2300arena.com.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Next Friday, Ring Wars, a couple championship bouts, a lot of high octane action. You're not going to be disappointed. Marshall and Andrew here of King's Promotion, who help run these fights, put the organize and put these fights together. We thank you guys so much for doing that, and we're going to push this for you guys over the next week and try to get some tickets sold for you guys, and hopefully we can get some people out.
Please do. And listen, guys, make sure you contact us about coming out, because I'll put your name on the door, and I'm serious about putting the belt around the champion.
All right.
I'm in.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll get a divorce. I'm there.
All right, awesome, man. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sounds great, guys. We appreciate it. We really do.
Anytime,
Yeah,
fellas.
anytime you guys want to come on.
All right, we'll be in touch, and we'll see you guys next Friday.
Next Friday, 7 p.m. The fight starts. Doors open at 6 p.m.
All right.
Let's do it.
We'll be there at
2300
5:30.
South Swanson.
We'll be there at 5:30 with a drink in hand.
There you go. Why not put 2 drinks in your hand?
There we go. Even better.
Sounds great, guys.
All right.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right,
guys.
thank you. Yep, bye now.
Yo, we're going to put the belt on the champion.
That's awesome.
Yo, man, what the fuck?
I didn't want to do that. That's not, I wanted to do that.
That might be the loser.
I wanted to do that.
I don't care. I would,
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
that is pretty fucking cool.
Fuck them, son. They said they weren't coming.
No, I'll be there.
No, you guys. No, you said you were out.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Oh man, you are spending the day with her.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
she's
okay.
got enough. We're going out on Thursday night, actually. Like, you know.
Jake said he can't ask you because you don't know boxing. He said.
Yeah, I don't know boxing. Yeah, I don't know boxing.
Who's Jake?
I work with him.
Coworker. All right.
Go back to fucking Michigan or wherever you're at, Jake. Shut up. Yeah, there you go.
Why this?
Speaking of Diddy.
Oh, he had the segue all planned.
I actually didn't. He's in some deep doo doo.
Yeah, he's in these.
I thought he was in deep doo-doo before. What
Well,
are we talking
It
about?
keeps getting deeper,
So
man.
the
Yeah,
court,
but I thought that it was supposed to be really, really bad. Like,
Nah, it's real.
I know. He said because you thought Tyson was going to beat Ryan.
Oh, all right. Like, if it was a real fight, he would have.
No. His cement feet. He's all old. He's 60 years old. Come on, man. No, Tyson.
It wasn't a fight. Like,
dude,
it
that
was
was
it was a
joke.
sham.
Yeah, that was a money grab.
It didn't matter if it wasn't. Anyway. Yeah, Diddy's on trial and they had to show the freak off tapes to the jury.
Yep.
Apparently the whole courtroom was like in disgust.
So I seen this reel today. And you know, you can't fucking believe everything you see. But anyway.
Get KY.
This reel was stating that Diddy's mom had jars of Diddy juice.
Oh, God.
And she would put it in her mac and cheese
Diddy juice.
and make Diddy's girlfriends eat it.
Yeah,
Dang. Look at
Yeah.
Diddy juice.
You're gonna have something oozing out your ears that's not gonna be machismo. No, it's gonna be called something else.
Diddy juice now on Amazon.com.
That is
$9.99 for 3 ounces.
I just,
Diddy juice.
I feel like the most creative way that you could make things disgusting is what people are going
What
to say,
a
though.
fucking
Oh yeah. You don't know what to believe here. Absolutely, Mike. I hear you.
I hope it's
And
true.
you know what?
But it's entertaining.
I hope it's true.
So do I.
See, I don't get anything out of
And
it.
I hope that's really Meek Mill getting fucked in the ass.
I guess that hasn't been confirmed. Well, I guess we're just
Like, I hope it's true. It just makes it more intriguing and entertaining.
see
Oh,
for
wait,
me,
whoa,
you know.
whoa.
But you're the Jerry Springer guy.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
not-
Jerry Springer.
Yeah, I'm like-
Let's get it.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with a freak off party if you're not forced.
I don't.
There's been people that were forced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know,
No, Ryan, it's not That's fucking
that's
slimy,
yet to be proven.
But that's why he's in jail.
But it's yet to be proven. He's on
But
trial.
that's why he's in jail.
Every man's innocent till proven guilty, even if he looks more guilty than anyone else in the history of the world.
The shit that he's like it's slimy.
Dave said I'm a victim.
See, I
It's
don't.
bad.
I know I'm a victim just hearing that. He said. All right, we need a second. We need a second.
Yeah, what?
Can we take 5?
Sweet fish every day. Keep that skunky cunt away.
See, Sean.
We're back.
Sean is not
We're
cursing at all. He's just using the soundboard for everything. He
We're
can't.
talking about freak off.
He
Is
can't
there-
say anything.
And he
He's got
says we
in-laws
need a minute.
upstairs,
I
but
didn't drink
And then now we got to keep this skunky
Is,
gun away.
is there a way? Is there a way to get into the class action part of this? Like, you know, Diddy fucking.
Yeah, I had to listen to his music. That should be good enough for us to get some.
Wait
money
a
out of
minute,
it.
Ryan.
Well, you know,
Wait a minute. You would be at that party if you were invited.
absolutely, I would be. What a big bag of cocaine!
And you would take it in the stinking.
You're fucking right. I probably would.
Yes, you would.
I probably would.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are
Yeah, I'd have my shit pushed in if Diddy was promising me a career.
they're having regrets because they got caught.
Yeah.
Sean, how are your in-laws feeling?
Well, you want to call them down and ask them how they feel about this topic?
Yeah. See if they want to do a shot, Sean.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
All right. The soundboard's still going. All right, let's get to the Eagles. We got a lot of
Give it on my ADD.
a lot of Eagles topics since the last time we were on the air.
I mean, I know it's been a long time. But what the hell's going on?
There's a couple things. I think it's going to be good discussion here.
Yeah.
So Saquon Barkley was on a podcast,
God damn it.
and he said that this year's Eagles team was a top 5 team of all time.
I agree. I completely agree with that.
You know
statement.
what? That's a great statement. Why are the Eagles not being talked about as one of the best in the entire?
Number 1 defense,
Yes.
right? A really good offense, the
Yes.
best rushing offense.
Were they ranked number 1 defense?
Yeah.
They were a dominant team. They were a really dominant
Why
team.
are they not being discussed as one of the best all time?
Because because the regular season record wise, they weren't even the top team in their own conference.
Right.
It's tough to be a top 5 team if in the regular season you weren't the top.
Yeah, I will say
They absolutely dominated.
But if you look at the stats, if you look at their numbers through the year, both offensively and defensively, all the metrics and everything they use, their numbers are
Phenomenal.
Really,
right.
really
I think what holds it back maybe is the first 4 weeks of the season.
Mhm.
You know, of last season where we were
Two
all
and- 2 and 2, yeah.
we were all questioning things. Like every one of us was questioning things.
Mm-hmm.
But if they
15 out of 16 games,
right,
They won 15 out of 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
if this year they finish say 12-5 and win another ring,
Mm-hmm.
like you have to regard this team as one of the greatest teams ever. You have to.
Dave said top 5. I think top 3 just all around talent. Dave Peterson said. So
you got to look at it.
if you're
I mean,
looking-
they didn't win the Super Bowl, but the Patriots that year.
So to me, they don't get it. Then they're not in the top 5.
They are in the top.
You got to win. Nope.
Yeah,
They're
you got
good. They're good, not
You
great.
got to win the Super Bowl.
No,
That's a good point.
You got to win the Super Bowl.
This is the only team to beat Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes.
No,
in the Super Bowl.
well, he's saying he's talking about the Patriots. The
Right, I'm
undefeated-
talking about the Patriots when they almost went undefeated. Right. So
Yeah.
all right, so you can't count that team. I can get on the board with that.
They're an honorable mention. They're right there, but they didn't win it. So to me, they're not in the top 5.
All right, you got to mention the Cowboys in '92, I think.
They also ranked first in rushing and first in defense.
Right.
All right, so there's the Cowboys.
You got to mention one of them Pittsburgh teams in the '70s.
Different kind of NFL though.
That
doesn't
matter, man.
I might be putting other teams ahead of them.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying they're in there.
You got
like
the
one of the teams-
49ers, the Montana
the Niners
49ers.
of the '80s.
What about the 09
The 85
Buffalo
Bears
Bills?
was always
The
talked
'85 Bears have to be in
85 Bears.
Yeah, but
are
their
there.
defense was
there. The 2000
They were
or the-
Ravens.
the '99 Ravens
The 2000 Ravens.
or
yeah.
2000. They have to be in there.
They're definitely in there. In
Jim
my-
Kelly Buffalo Bills.
No, they
No,
didn't
they
win.
didn't win.
They didn't win. And you got to put probably one of these Kansas City teams in there.
Kansas City, yeah.
I mean,
You got to put the Patriots in there too.
Yeah. Like the year with that.
but even that, I'm still putting this Eagles team over those Patriots teams. Because like I think if you
Because
line
of the
like if that,
dominance in the
if you
yeah, like
line-
if that
if you-
team would have went undefeated, that would have been different. But yeah,
like I think you line up this Eagles
Wait,
team.
that the 40. Who was it that beat the shit out of the Chargers?
That was the 49ers,
49ers.
in
That was the
94.
Niners.
94.
Yeah, they're
Ricky Waters, Jerry Rice, Steve
that
Young.
was a good team.
Yeah,
Ronnie Lott was on that team,
Terrell
right?
Owens was on that team too,
And
wasn't
then
he?
No,
the Ravens beat the shit out of the Giants one year, right?
that was 2000.
Yeah, that was
2000.
2000. That was that defense where
That team was.
they just dominated everybody defensively.
Here's the other thing, though. It was also Trent Dilfer as a quarterback. Like their offense wasn't that great. I mean,
yeah.
no,
Well,
they're-
the way that everybody talks about Jalen Hurts, he might as well be Trent Dilfer.
You're right?
I don't.
Yo,
get it.
what the fuck? No, yo, what?
Stop.
What? It's legitimate the way people are talking about him, Gar.
He's more than a Trent Dilfer.
But
I
Gar,
agree, but I'm saying that the national, like the way
right,
that
the
media-
national media is still talking shit on him. Like Joe Giglio put him number 11 in Philadelphia. As
Well,
that-
again,
Yeah,
like
Joe Giglio's an
right.
asshole.
He's such an idiot.
Chris Sims has him at number 15. Like
Under who?
Oh,
Barrow, Jackson, Allen,
Herbert,
Mahomes,
Mahomes,
Herbert.
like,
yeah,
he has
it goes on
he
and
has Geno Smith ahead of him.
yeah,
Does he really?
yeah.
Who
Geno-
does?
Phil
Chris
Sims.
Sims.
Chris Sims
That's-
has
that's
Geno
laughable.
Smith. Like,
Geno fucking
Still?
he has Geno Smith like 7.
Well, and you see, here's the thing. The same
Dak.
thing you're saying.
Dak,
Yeah, everybody puts Dak ahead of him.
Jaden Daniels.
Or Jaden Daniels one
year.
year.
One plays 1 year. Yeah.
Everybody
So-
talks about
So
like
keep I'm sorry, Mike, but keep doubting him.
So
Keep fucking down.
So apparently he didn't make the top 5 for Peyton's list, and Hertz wrote to Manning like 20 minutes later. He's like, "So I didn't make your list, huh?" And Manning's like, "I guess he's mad at me now."
Like, well, yeah,
no,
he
he's
should
not
be.
mad.
He's not mad. He's
he
like,
used
"All right."
it as fuel.
He's like, all right.
Right.
It's like, okay.
So now his next mission, like you can see it. You see the writing on the fucking wall. Like when you doubt this dude, he basically in his mind says, "Fuck you." All right. All right. So now he's got that chip on his shoulder again. Not only does he want him to win again, now he wants to prove it and be
Now he
the
wants to
absolute
validate.
fucking best.
Mhm.
Like he stays healthy. Look out for fucking Jalen Hurts this year.
Yeah.
Look the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's argument is like, oh, well, he's not great. His surrounding cast is so good that it makes him look great.
And my argument for that is, who did Joe Montana have around him? Who did
Mhm.
Troy Aikman have
Mhm.
around him?
Well, yeah.
Who did Steve Young have
All
around him?
these teams.
Who
I
did-
mean,
the only one you
is
can't
Brady.
say it about is Brady.
Brady's the only one.
Right.
He's
Like
the only one.
Mahomes.
Well, he had Tyreek Hill for a lot of them years.
Yeah, but he didn't at the end. Yeah,
yeah,
Kelsey.
the last two.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Like this, at Jalen Hurts, you didn't see it in his arm. That's what you're going to see this season.
But you did see it in his arm because when you look deep into the numbers, again, these things keep coming up, bro. You look deep into the numbers.
He's one of the best.
He's the
default pass-
best rated quarterback that passes 20 yards or more.
So where's the love at?
Right. So keep hating him.
Oh, Jordan
Keep hating
Love.
him.
Jordan Love was
Yep.
ahead of him too.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I mean, so
Bo Nix
Again.
was ahead of him.
again,
Chris Sims list.
Mhm.
again, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why Chris Sims is such a hater. But again, the one thing about you guys are talking about numbers, this and that. Everybody compares numbers and stuff like that. Us watching day in and day, us watching every game. The one thing that he has that Dak doesn't have, that Josh Allen doesn't have, that Lamar Jackson doesn't.
Mentality.
He's a fucking winner.
That killer
He-
instinct.
Yep.
When you need a play
Yep.
made,
He does it.
he makes a play.
When the lights
There's something about him, and there's something about that. Mahomes does it too.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he
but
does.
there's
But
but it's just the two of them.
and these are the things you mentioned about the all timers. Like Brady had it.
Yep.
Peyton Manning had it.
Yep.
Drew
Drew Brees had it.
Brees had it. Eli had it. Like with the
Even
game,
though Drew Brees only won one. Drew
right,
Brees
right,
had it.
right. But with the game on the line, like that's when these quarterbacks go. Aaron Rodgers
take
had it
another-
for a long time.
take
Yeah,
another
but
level.
Aaron Rodgers couldn't get over the hump.
Well, he won one.
One.
I hear you, but you
That's where Jalen is now.
right, but you. I mean, it's a different topic and all, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
okay.
deny with the game on the line, Aaron Rodgers had it for a long time.
Yeah,
He
You
did.
know what I mean?
he made
The-
plays.
But the like when you're talking about this, you're talking about all timers. You're not talking about really good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says. Like Jalen Hurts is above Josh Allen. He's above Lamar Jackson. He's above Joe Burrow. He's the only one outside of Burrow the one time that beats Mahomes.
Mhm.
He's the only fucking one.
Yeah, but he beat Mahomes in the bigger stage. And he outplayed him the one year that he didn't beat him.
But the three times he's played him in his career in the regular season, 2 Super Bowls,
hasn't
he
won.
outplayed him
All
like
three.
all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that Lamar Jackson
He's got a
might be a
tough
better
task.
quarterback.
No, he's not. I completely disagree. He might be more athletic and more explosive. Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback.
The bottom
Two
line. The
MVPs.
bottom line to me, man.
I hear you.
And,
Bottom line to
and
me
if,
is-
Mark
is
Andrews doesn't
to
drop
win.
that pass.
What's that, Sean?
The bottom line to me is he wins, and that's the name of the game is to beat the other team, and he
Right.
does it. He does it.
Right.
Almost every
Right.
week.
And
But I think
Almost every
that's
week.
my argument with Jackson. Jackson gets to the playoffs when the lights are shining brightest. He doesn't win.
Yeah, but you know what? The lights were shining brightest, and his team let him down this last one.
Mark
It doesn't,
Andrews.
but
Mark
it
Andrews
doesn't
should've
matter, dude. Like it doesn't matter
It does
how.
a little
It
bit.
doesn't.
That's where I think that is where
So
They-
it matters on Jim Kelly that Scott Norwood missed that kick. Like that's Jim Kelly. Like, that doesn't.
they deserve to win. That is yes. The Bills should have a Super Bowl, and Jim
Right.
Kelly should be
He
in
should
a
be.
higher regard.
Right,
because
but
of
he's
that.
not. But he's not.
And that's a damn shame that he like
And I agree with you,
I don't
Mike.
know. I
But
mean, a lot of
that's
people-
but that's the way it is.
A lot of
Andrews
people have
dropped
Jim Kelly's a really good quarterback.
Yeah, but
Right.
you know what? They would have Jim Kelly a lot better if Norwood
right,
won
and
that
that's
field
my
goal.
that's my point. Like if like Jim Kelly didn't win, bottom line, he didn't win.
Although in this
Same thing with
situation,
McNabb, you know?
yeah,
yeah, but McNabb,
So
I don't think McNabb was as good.
Well, everyone
So
puts
my point-
Aikman ahead of McNabb, but McNabb's numbers were better than Aikman's.
but Aikman won.
Right. That's
Right.
That's
Right.
Aikman's got a ring.
but he had a better supporting cast.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a different.
But Brian, like this
We're
upcoming
going
season,
around in circles.
this upcoming season, that's going to be a tough one for Hurts. Like it's going to be tough.
No, you know what? This will be the year that Moore's put on Hurts. Now, hey, look, the defense took a step back. Offense needs to step up a little bit. This is go prove it.
Every team that they play, their defense is going to bring their best against us.
Well,
But it's not even
Yeah.
defense. Like any
I
team,
don't know.
that didn't matter. It doesn't matter what the schedule looks like. You know what I mean, bro? Like they're the Super Bowl
You won,
champs.
they're going to come after.
You're going to get everybody's best shot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why does it matter? I mean, like you're in the NFL, you got 17 games. Like you can't get up for,
Yeah, exactly.
You're telling me that like
you're
they're playing.
You
Carolina.
travel, you practice, and you're not going
I
to give
mean,
your
all right, maybe Carolina, but I mean, like you're playing the Cowboys, America's team. You're not like
Right.
you're not excited for Jordan Love, Green Bay, Detroit. Like, oh, Detroit, had the best right. Like, there's a lot of teams and a lot of reasons to be excited. I just don't buy into this whole like, oh well, we're playing the champs. We're gonna play harder or we're gonna play better. Like, fuck that. Like you're playing for
Like it's a 17 games. It's like everybody wants to win every game anyway. I hear you, Mike.
Yeah.
Like the Eagles are just not going to walk through the season, Mike. It's
Who
going to
said
be it's going to be a tough battle.
They were gonna. It was gonna be a tough
no
battle.
matter what.
It was like if they lost in the Super Bowl, it wouldn't be any different than them. Like the seasons, the
schedule
the
would
schedule
still be
and,
that
and,
tough.
and the way that the teams played against them and what they would have to go through would be no different.
You're not all right. I get what you're saying.
So I mean,
That's a
yeah,
good
it's going to
point.
be tough, but it was going to be tough either way.
And I'll take
This is
it.
good beer, by the way.
Honestly, with the schedule, like I'll take for the most part not having two straight home games or road games. I know it does. Towards the end of the year, you do have two straight road games, but
Like it's hard enough to get to one Super Bowl, and we're talking about back to
all
back.
right. But hold on, bro.
I don't know if we're talking about that.
Right, like are you? What's your expectations for them this year?
That's what I want them to do. Get to the Super Bowl.
But
I want them
it's
to
not what you
repeat.
want. It's what you expect. Like, what do you expect from them this year?
What do you predict?
What do I predict?
Damn it! Like, yeah, I predict
like
them to. I predict them to win
I
the
mean,
Super
they
Bowl,
get-
but
They win the NFC Championship. They get to the Super Bowl, and I think they lose.
okay, that's fair. That's fair, and that's.
I mean, without I'm not even going there, honestly, at this point.
No, all I'm saying
I mean,
is
you asked.
I know. I
my
know, but-
expectations are through the roof again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I expect them to repeat.
I think the regular season, their record isn't as good as it was
Right,
last year.
agreed. And
I
we
think
went through that.
yeah,
I got
think
them
they have
11
11 or
and
12
It's,
wins.
it's the same thing that we always talked about.
It's-
I
it's
mean,
a
like you
fight
give
all
me
season.
31 teams or you give me one team, I'm taking the 31
Exactly.
teams
Right.
regardless every year.
Right,
It depends
right.
how you look going down the stretch, how you look in the playoffs.
Like,
That's
it's
it.
tough.
Done deal.
It's tough.
All right. So there's a rumor. I don't know if he's. I'm not going to tell you who told me,
Look at all these rumors.
but it's a
surrounding
it's
me
a listener,
every day.
and he has inside information that Jeffrey Lurie, and I wonder if we're like this could be like an exclusive. Like I don't know how many people know of this,
I heard. I know where you're going with this.
but Jeffrey Lurie is planning on having a new stadium built by 2030 with a dome.
I thought like construction starting by 2030.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, to start
construction. Well,
Yeah.
that's
start building by 2030.
Wow, why
start
is he
building.
unhappy with the link?
He wants to host the Super Bowl.
He wants a dome, so
he
he can
wants
get a Super
He
Bowl.
wants a dome so he can host the Super Bowl.
I don't like it.
I'm fine with it as long as the that the roof's open any other time but a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Can you make it like a
Yeah, retractable.
retractable is
Yeah.
different from a dome?
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Arizona gets Super Bowls. They got a retractable roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but But Arizona's not a like. No, I'm sorry. So the
There's a
difference
doubt.
between a
There's-
dome and a retractable roof, I don't want a dome. A retractable roof, I'm okay with.
Right. So where it can be open. So
And it should
but
be
you know-
open
but you know
for
they want
any
it.
game except.
outside of a Super Bowl.
But you know they
Well,
won't do
no,
that.
I wouldn't say outside of a Super Bowl. Outside of inclement weather.
Okay, so you're right. So if there's a foot of snow coming and it's a playoff game, you don't want to do that. But if there's a foot of snow and it's week 8, you leave that fucking roof open.
No,
That ain't happening. You know they're not going to do that.
I know they're not.
They're going to
going
spend that
but
they're going to spend that money, and they're going to want to make sure it's comfortable for the fans.
I think you leave the stadium.
I think you leave it open
alone.
too. I don't. So I want to get this. I want to get your thoughts on this. Like, would you be opposed to this? Do you like the idea of it? I don't. First of all, I don't think there's anything wrong with I don't think the Link's that
There's
great of a
none.
stadium anyway. But
But the cold and the snow
it's-
gives us
like,
an advantage.
it's a new. It's still new. It's 20 years old.
Link- the
they keep
Link's-
doing upgrades.
right.
To it.
The Link's not the greatest stadium in the league. It's not.
But it's not the worst either.
No, it's a nice stadium. And
Yeah.
you got to remember, this is coming from people that grew up in the fucking vet.
Yes.
So, like, the Link is a serious upgrade from the vet. So there's nothing wrong with it. There's no need for this. You're making a shit ton of money already. And honestly, the Super Bowl here, okay. But I will tell you, if the Super Bowl's here, I'm not coming to your house for the game. I'm not coming to your house for the game. Because I ain't fucking dealing with that.
Yeah,
And you guys probably aren't coming to my house for the same reason.
I would
Well,
have
that's
no.
too far.
Right.
if the Super Bowl's coming here, I might try and go.
Have fun. Have fun.
Hey.
That's my bucket list.
Right, right.
Hey,
And you don't
Cordano.
have to
Wait a minute.
travel. Right,
Wait a
right, right.
Joe
I'll
Cordano.
fucking walk.
Yeah.
Like if you got the Super Bowl here, and and the weather's predicted to be bad, and you got snow, I want to be at the Link. I want to be at the Link.
Joey Beards is checking
What,
in.
the Super Bowl? Yeah, they won't do it though.
Yeah, but you're not getting a Super Bowl at the Link.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, but
Remember that
that's
one
it,
year?
yeah.
One year they played it. Joey Beards.
They played
is
it at
checking in. Joe
MetLife.
Cordano.
Joey Beards.
Yeah. They did it at the Meadowlands.
Yeah,
one year.
and it was a fucking
Yeah, it was a disaster.
disaster.
Yeah.
What was it? What made it a disaster? Just parking and just
No, just the weather. That
Yeah,
was
it
a
was
shitty ass game.
Yeah.
Who was it? That was the Broncos and
Seattle, right?
was it that game? I thought it was the Broncos and the one they won, Carolina.
Oh, maybe it was that one.
So if your plan is to redo the Link because you want a Super Bowl here, that means you want a money grab. No, who cares? We'll play the Super Bowl somewhere else. Fuck
Well,
that.
you know, Gary.
He's gonna get what he
he's
wants.
a businessman.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
if
get what
you're
he.
a businessman and you got as much money as Jeffrey Lurie, and you're thinking, man, I could put this stadium up. I could put more seats in it, which I'm going to make more money every week.
The weather.
Oh,
and the
by the
snow,
way-
though, bro.
By the way, the Lakers sold 83%, kept 17% for 10
$10
billion.
$10
So
billion.
and
$10 billion.
The Eagles-
$10 billion.
the Eagles are probably in that.
$10 billion.
Yeah,
The Eagles might be worth $10 billion.
yeah, they're 10 to probably 12. It's
And he
fucking
bought
nuts.
them. And he bought them for like $100. Like remember when $100 million sounded like a
Like
lot?
when it sounded like it was like 120 million he
Yeah,
bought
it's
them for.
crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It's fucking nuts, dude. It's crazy.
And the last NFL story I have.
But hold on, one more NFL story.
Hold on. We ain't
no,
done. I didn't hear no bell.
No, hold on. Jeffrey Lurie also donated $50 million for an autism
yes.
foundation and University of
Yeah,
50
that's a
million
lot.
and University of Penn Hospital.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
nice.
awesome.
That's pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
50 million?
Okay,
Yes, that
now
they're
let's
gonna
try to
build-
get an answer from someone who's not a complete retard.
They're gonna build a whole autism division, and Jeffrey Lurie's funding it.
So, I mean, if he's donating.
Sean, why you
50
laughing?
million,
Why are you laughing, Sean?
Right, that's money he could spare.
yeah. Yeah.
Pretty
Right.
cool.
He's a
Pretty cool.
businessman, but he also, well, I mean,
What's
let's
his-
face it, that $50 million probably gets a tax break. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
build and use the link for FIFA World Expansion.
FIFA.
yeah,
Soccer.
sorry, Dave.
Yeah, I don't care about soccer.
Tell me, you like soccer?
Sometimes
It's a
when I'm
great
older,
sport.
I'll wipe.
That's what I think about FIFA. the last NFL story I had
Striker lines up.
was that there's
Fans are on the field.
also talks about a 4-team expansion, all in Europe.
In NFL, all in Europe.
All in Europe. To have an all European division.
Fans on their feet.
But how's that going to work, dude? Like, because when a team goes to Europe, they need the next week off.
Well, okay, so hold on.
I mean,
if you buy, if you have a
6-hour
2-week buy,
flight.
okay, so yeah,
Is that all
it's
it
not-
is?
6 hours, yeah.
Game's
what's the
over,
three-
motherfucker.
It's 5 to get to California,
right?
so you don't need a week off. I mean, it's the same as going.
It's probably not that much different, but you're talking 4 teams. You're talking a division. How do you have an NFC or an AFC that now has an extra
Yeah, like a
division?
That's weird.
It would need to be either
It's going to be
8.
8. It's going to be 8.
It's got to be 8.
Or they realign.
And now you're talking
Or you
40
realign.
teams.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I
So
don't know.
that
That's
was
a
the-
good point, Mike.
that was the
Good
rumors.
point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're going to have to realign all the divisions, I guess, and make. I don't know what they would do. I don't know. What do we have? 32 now, right?
You can't. It
32,
can't
yeah.
be. It can't be a
Yeah,
new
there's
division.
There's 4
The only way it works is if
4-team
they-
divisions in each
if
conference.
they add more teams or
It's the only
4
way it would
teams
work
are
with it.
retracting or like they're getting rid of 4 teams.
Or
Like
do you put 2 teams in the East, 2 teams in the East, AFC, NFC East, or something?
Yeah, but then what divisions have 5?
Yeah, that's not going to work either.
If you did it,
I don't know.
If you did it that way, you'd probably have to break it down just conference, and then the top 17 from each conference make the playoffs.
you'd almost have to. Yeah, you like you're saying.
You almost have
like,
to eliminate division play. Like it would just
Yeah.
be conference play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like old baseball.
Yeah.
How baseball used to be. All right. Yeah, I don't know. What's that? You don't like it? Is that what you said?
I didn't say nothing.
I think
You said all right, right? What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm saying all right because what's next?
Oh, I thought you said.
Like, what was? Jesus.
I thought he said I don't like it.
All
I
right.
thought-
So
that's what I
wait,
thought he said.
what time is it?
It's almost 10.
9:52. All right.
Yeah,
that's where Gary got drunk.
I don't think it works.
Fucking around, cunt.
No. Yeah.
Maybe you have an NFL Europe league. Just do that.
Yeah.
Start it with 8 teams.
Make it like a minor league.
Or that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I don't know how the fuck you pull it off.
well,
It's just worried. The whole thing worried. I don't like the interleague, the international games anyway.
I didn't mind going to Europe here and there, but the more it grows, like
And
you're
then
going
Brazil, which
you're
turned in-
going to Europe, you're going to fucking Germany, you're going to Mexico. Like
Germany is in Europe, but yeah.
I hear you, but fucking or
meant
London,
England.
London, like
That's Europe too.
right, but it's different countries, you prick.
He meant you're going to England, you're going to Germany, but
Right.
he said Europe
I know.
because and now Sean's gonna be an asshole.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I meant.
I know
Thanks,
it.
Mike.
Yeah. Asshole.
Welcome back.
Yeah, no wonder you're getting told not.
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Yeah, Sean, you're like you've been teetotaling the same drink. I'm
I had
disappointed.
a couple beers earlier.
Yeah.
And how much whiskey did I have?
He's afraid of his mom.
How much
Yeah.
whiskey did
Let's
I
do
have?
a shot.
I'm afraid of mine too.
Hey, you want a shot? You
No.
want to do shots?
No.
We already did them.
Let's do another one.
Sean pounded down too.
Gotta line 'em up.
It's a unicorn.
All right. While you were drunk, ladies and gents, we got a good segment here, I think.
I am not.
It's got to be fucking 50 pages long after like 6
Yeah,
weeks.
it's been like a fucking
think a six-pack
coon's
is
age.
acceptable?
Wow, you were drunk.
I'm drunk and I love cats. What more do you need to know?
Delayed reaction.
Oh, that night at mom's.
So we talked about Wheeler. We talked about it. Okay.
Mike,
Cra-
why are you turning me down, Mike?
let's talk about
I'm not. I'm trying to fix it.
let's talk about
Leave
let's
it
talk about
alone.
crazy people. Let's talk about Antonio Brown.
Yeah, should be a picture of him when you look up the word crazy.
Dude,
So he's
CTE.
did they
God.
actually arrest him?
I hope so.
I gotta make
Everybody's trying to bring back the white Bronco.
Dude, wouldn't that be awesome if the cops were chasing him? He's in like a fucking like a pickup truck or something, and it just reminds you of OJ.
He just wants to get.
He's out the fucking window like ah.
Dude, he's the one to be crazy enough to that motherfucker would try and
Yeah,
reenact.
just
He's
to
running
dream that-
Bronco.
Yeah,
Just to do-
Sean,
OJ ain't got shit on me, yo.
Sean,
Yo.
you got a story to tell.
No.
No, stop interrupting. This is great stuff.
He's wearing the fucking Bills fucking OJ jersey.
Who was this?
Fucking
Yeah, Brown.
Antonio Brown.
He's got a best friend, AJ Green.
So
These guys are
What
going
does
on. I
they
said,
want?
son, you got a story to tell now.
They impound his first. What's up?
Fucking guy.
Because his best friend's got the exact same.
He fucking pulls up to the prison to pick up Diddy. Like, come on.
Bad boy, bad boy,
Bad boy.
bad boy, bad boy.
So
bad boy.
Antonio Brown's picking up Diddy as he gets released.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, as he's in a Bronco
Uh,
with an OJ Bills jersey on.
Is that the same Bronco from? Yes.
Yeah, he finds it. He finds
Yeah,
it.
he buys it and restores it.
Get in. Get in. I bet you Nicole Brown Simpson kept it hairy. When he
Oh my
said
God,
that
my
about Caitlin
cheeks
Clark,
hurt.
What?
when he said that about Clayton Clark,
Get in, you
Oh, yeah,
cocksucker.
that she keeps it airy.
Hey, be careful as you step in. Step over the stain. Step over the stain.
all right. So Antonio Brown is in a serious legal battle.
Oh, let's get serious
followed
now.
a shooting
Yeah.
incident in Little Haiti in Miami back from May 16th.
Little
He
hate.
now has an arrest warrant that was issued on June 11th. Not that long, so last week. He still hasn't turned himself in. It sounds like Brown faced charges of
Telling you, the
attempted
white
murder,
Bronco.
second-degree murder with a firearm.
That's because he's in Cuba.
It was at a
That's why he
bo-
hasn't turned himself in.
it was at a boxing event. Maybe we shouldn't go next week. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, dude, if I'm there and fucking Antonio Brown shows up,
I'll shoot him.
I'm inciting a riot,
Yeah,
man.
shooting him.
I'm trying to get
So,
famous.
let's just real quick, the craziest, athletes ever. He's definitely up there, right?
Well, OJ.
Why? What did he do?
Mesa killed somebody with a machete,
Did I miss
right?
something? Hernandez, right? Aaron Hernandez is pretty crazy. Ray Caruth.
Aaron Hernandez. and
Cobb.
Ray Caruso.
Wasn't Ray Caruth? Didn't Ray Caruth do something like he was found in the trunk of a car or something? They found him hiding in the
God,
trunk
Something
of a
like
car.
that, yeah.
What about that cocksucker in Baltimore?
Ray Lewis.
Yeah, Sam.
Well, he
I mean,
well,
he might have done it, but he got to quit it.
yeah, him and Marvin
Yo,
Harris.
Adrian Peterson got in a fight last week.
Oh, yeah, I seen it.
Oh, really?
He got his ass kicked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some dude half his size whooped his ass.
Well,
No, no
yeah,
shit.
but his son jumped in.
Oh yeah,
And then there was comments that said, "Is this the son that got whooped?"
yeah. Everyone's like, "Where's the switch when you need it?" All that stuff.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. So he's definitely up there on. Mike Tyson's pretty crazy,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
nuts.
but
He's
he's
nuts.
definitely up there on the all time.
Mike Tyson's crazy, but somehow he
He's likable crazy.
yeah, but not only that, but he's never as crazy as he's been.
He only raped someone. That's all.
Oh, if you
Yeah.
bite,
Oh, yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah.
if you bite,
He broke his back too.
Well, what's
Spinal.
was his
Spinal.
was it his
Spinal.
wife?
Break my back. It's spinal.
What was the story about Tyson? I forget.
It was Robin Givens.
Okay. Yes.
And she went up to the room with him. It was after midnight. It was that they were
I
on
thought
the.
they were married.
After me.
No, they weren't married. Not yet.
But then they
No.
got married. He was married to Robin Givens.
Then it wasn't Robin Givens.
I'm gonna rape Robin
It wasn't Robin Givens then.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? Oh, all right. So, but she went up to the room with him.
And then they got
After-
married.
They were partying on the strip. He thought he was getting laid. I guess she had other ideas, and he said, "Nah, I'm getting laid."
He said,
Whoa.
Yeah,
When they were well,
I guess they were married. I didn't realize they were.
I don't think they were married. At the
I don't
time.
think they were either.
all right, well, whatever.
All right.
Either I'm fucking or we're fucking.
We-
so,
Bill Cosby, that's a crazy fucking guy.
yeah, but I mean
he
that's
was
an athlete.
so
I don't know. He was at Temple.
What does that? What does that have to do? That's
You
his
know, he had
college.
track.
where was he? Puerto Rico. So DeMarcus Cousins. Actually, he's crazy.
Yeah, there's a crazy
So
athlete.
leading into the other one, DeMarcus Cousins is playing in a Puerto Rican basketball league, which who knew? Do they even have an Olympic team? Or is Puerto
Yeah, they
Rican?
got a Puerto Rican.
Do
He's
they?
the tallest guy ever to play in the league.
Probably is. So he went.
He's the only one that
he
plays
went
with
on
shoes.
on a rampage.
Corona for everyone.
That's Mexican, asshole.
Corona. Just yells
The
out.
guys come play basketball in between cutting lawns.
Dos Equis. So he's playing in the Puerto Rican league.
And DeMarcus Cousins just feels out of place because he doesn't have a lawnmower.
A fan starts yelling at him. Actually, they use machetes down there. They just
Like Mason.
Your lawnmower won't start. You got to sit down. I choose Dos Equis.
What was
for
his
a
name? It
break.
was no, that was not.
Yeah,
Dos
I'm pretty sure
Equis.
Dos
It wasn't
Equis is
Jose
Mexican.
Mesa. It was
Why do I keep forgetting his name? Or Urbina?
Urgarthu
Oh, Urbina, who he was wanted for murder.
Yeah, he killed his landscaper.
Yeah, because he killed him. He chased somebody with a machete.
Yeah.
Killed him. Killed a guy.
And then he killed him.
Yeah, he killed him.
That really escalated. He killed a guy.
Killed a guy with a machete.
Chop, chop, saru. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chabrop.
Yeah, I mean, see,
You
that's
guys-
the shit. That's the stereotype shit that gets you guys like.
Yeah, you
I had
guys.
nothing to do with it.
Urbina.
Nothing to do
Urbina. It was like
Bina.
fits into the stereotype of what you guys talk about, which like
What are you trying to say, Mike? What are you calling me, a racist? The
Maybe.
fuck, man?
Don't call me that. I'm trying to stop.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop. Fucking
So
Jew.
DeMarcus, so DeMarcus Cousins is getting heckled by a fan, and he puts his hands on his crotch, and then he holds his hand up to the dude's nose, like to make him.
Oh,
smell
I
his-
thought
smell
like I
his
heard about
balls.
this. I didn't know it was in the Puerto
Dude,
Rican
he
league.
scratched his balls and then walked over and put it under his nose, and the fan got mad, so they eject him from the game. And as he's walking through the tunnel, another fan throws a drink right at him, just boom, nails
Okay,
him,
yeah.
and then he tries attacking the fan. They end up like escorting him out of the. Now he's suspended from the league indefinitely. Like he's probably not allowed to play.
That's what it
basketball.
was. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's out of the league.
I caught the headline, but I didn't read enough into it to realize what the hell was going on. I thought he was still in the NBA.
Pretty crazy, dude.
Small balls.
Um,
What? Small balls. Huh?
I guess.
Yo, but seriously, talk about a guy that like if he was able to stay healthy, he could have been like one of the most like best like power forwards ever. Like
he was
a freak,
Yeah, Boogie
man.
Cousins was a
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
player.
well, he's just worried about people smelling his balls.
Cardano he goes, those guys are criminals. If you want to talk just crazy, how about old school Ty Domi? It's a good one too. Ty,
Yeah,
Do- dude, I hated him.
Slime
Oh
ball.
my god.
Yeah, but Ty Domi was a calculated crazy. Like Ty Domi like was crazy for
For
the
like,
ratings. Like he like off the ice, he wasn't crazy. He knew his role.
yeah, yeah.
Like Ty Domi, like
Like
he
Barnaby.
created a career afterwards on who he was.
Yeah, like not being the most talented hockey player ever, knew his role and made the most of it.
Goosebumps.
Right. So like
Dude, my hair's
yeah, he lived for the role,
kind of does.
but he there's been interviews afterwards, and the
Yeah,
guy's
like
like the
he's-
nicest guy in the world.
Right,
So,
yeah.
I might just do it.
What's the matter?
No, I might just do a beer, guy. Nah, I'm gonna do a beer. Lager's fine. All right, so feel good story. Since we've all been drunk since the last time we were on, this is awesome. Mel Brooks has announced Spaceballs 2.
Yes.
Well, it's
I thought-
amazing.
Sir.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yes. I'm in.
it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Yeah, it's the best line ever.
Dude, my favorite scene.
He said, "You said nah." What the fuck? How
That
could you
might
say
be the
nah?
greatest.
I don't
that
think
might-
he heard it. He doesn't even have his headphones. He
No.
doesn't even know what he even
No, he's out
No,
on the
he's out
movie.
on the movie.
You're out on the movie.
Stupid.
What?
You're stupid.
You're stupid, Gary.
That might be the greatest
Take that.
comedy ever made. Like,
Dude,
Like-
one of the best scenes was the
Like
TVs.
Rick Moranis comes.
oh yeah, when is now? Now
That
is
was
now.
What about now? No, that was
No,
then.
that was then.
I bet you gets good helmet.
See? See?
Stupid.
Such a good movie.
It's 30
But now
years
it's
later.
then.
How's it going?
Yeah, but
You
Star
find
Wars is
anything?
still like
We
Star Wars
ain't
is still a
found
thing.
shit.
No, Mike, no.
Star Wars is
Got
still a thing.
throw him in the beach.
Yeah,
No,
but they
John-
got
They
to pick.
got to pick.
Like John Candy's dead. How you gonna have a dog guy?
No,
John
you
Candy's the
got
only
his
one.
son, Barf Jr.
They're bringing Bill Pullman and Bill Pullman's son.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
Bill Pullman's not dead.
Oh, Pullman's dead.
No, he's
No.
not.
Yes,
They
he
must have made a mistake when they buried somebody because he's not dead,
I
bro.
think you're thinking of Bill
Bill
Paxton.
Paxton.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
'Cause I actually did the same thing at first. I'm like, wait, is it? No, That's the other one.
By
I had
the way, you want to play vet?
That's the other Bill in Hollywood.
I gotta
Yeah.
watch Spaceballs again, especially
Oh,
before
Dude, I
before the movie.
want to watch it because I told the kids. I said to Connor, I was like, "Yo, one of the characters' names is Barf, and it's a dog." Connor's like, "I'm in." He's like, "All right, I'm in." All right, so Spaceballs 2. Oh,
My
crazy.
Schwartz is bigger than yours.
See, I got that one too. Damn it!
No.
What?
Stupid.
You're stupid.
Stupid.
See your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Yeah, I got 2 Spaceballs.
Yeah.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I'm your brother's father's cousin's for the college's former roommate.
And Dave.
What's that
Peterson.
make us? Nothing.
And Dave Peterson, probably the best news of the whole thing is Rick Moranis coming out of retirement.
Yes,
reprising
sir.
his role.
He's got to.
And Mel Brooks, 98 years old, reprising his role as yogurt.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get out of here with that.
Come on, man.
You get out of here.
You
It's
get
gonna
out.
be
I watched.
Better get a fucking Uber with that attitude.
It's gonna be terrible.
No,
We
it's
watched-
not.
We
Yes, it
watched.
is.
We watched. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids not too long ago.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
For a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we watched The Princess Bride, which is also a good movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't
the
want to
best
step.
is fucking Andy.
He doesn't
The
want to.
fucking Ant.
He doesn't want to.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't
I love
want to
that
step on the
Oh,
floor.
dude, like you felt so bad for the
Yeah,
kid.
he's
He,
like,
he sacrificed himself.
like you wouldn't
for
have
her.
a scorpion in the yard, and where they were living. But
Yeah,
know,
where the hell were they?
I don't
Oh,
know, Illinois or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Feed me more, Seymour.
one of the best parts of that
It's
is
good,
when the
man.
neighbors they're packing to go and fucking wherever they're going. They're going on vacation, right? But
Yeah.
the kids are shrunk, and then the wife comes walking out of the house. She's got fucking stacks of boxes, right?
I don't remember this.
Right. So she's carrying this to the camper, and then the dad comes out. He's got a lantern.
Yeah,
Them kids better get their asses home.
yeah, yeah. The dad was the worst piece of shit ever. Yeah.
So this is a pretty crazy story. Imagine getting married and not realizing it. So
Angie mentioned this to me today.
So this woman, so a guy is at home, right? He gets a letter. He gets a package in the mail from his ex-girlfriend. He opens up the package, starts going through it, and finds a marriage certificate in it with his name on it, signed. So it turns out that he apparently was married to this woman, his ex-girlfriend, who obviously didn't want to let him go. So somehow she paid a minister or ordained, I guess, someone ordained, and they signed as a witness and made the marriage official. So the dude
Without
apparently
his signature.
he wasn't even there. The dude wasn't even there,
How's that possible?
and they made it a legal document.
That's
and
impossible.
I don't.
Oh,
it
it's
was
illegal,
It
yeah.
was notarized, everything. The guy's like, I wasn't even there. The police have been investigating the whole thing. Everything checks out. He's 100% right. Like he wasn't even there. So apparently, the woman, the girl, is a psychopath and had been
Really?
stalking him. And he basically had to like ghost her and block her and all. So she ends up turning around and doing this.
I
to
bet
try-
she's got big feet.
She might have big feet and 2 kids.
Yeah. And a dirty apartment.
Dirty apartment, big feet. So
Fucking suck start a leaf blower.
yeah, lasso the cat with her toe hair.
Oh no.
So she
Fucking Mayfair animal.
fucking right.
What the fuck does that even mean? Like, what the?
She has long toe hairs, and the cat gets caught in it. Goddamn, Mr. Poodles.
God.
So the police
Jinxie cat, I love you.
Puts her door in bed when you're banging her.
cat can't flush the toilet. It doesn't have thumbs. Dumb fucker.
You tried to milk him, didn't you? You sick son of a bitch.
So police are investigating. They freaking locked her up. They arrested her. Now the guy has to go through like insane amount of like work to get this undone because he's legally married to his woman now because it's a binding document. Like it's notarized, everything. It's through the courts, all that stuff. So now they have to go through and undo everything. And it said apparently it's going to process. It's a process that might take years to get on. Yeah, it's insane. She's in prison. She's in jail now. They locked her up.
Yeah, that's wild.
Dude, that's like one of the more insane, like,
That's nuts. Could you
Ex-
could you imagine, dude?
Yeah, I don't know
Could
how you
imagine?
pull that off and how this is the first time that
I mean,
how-
everybody's got to be in on it. The minister,
Yeah.
the one sign, like getting
Yeah,
the
but you know
license
what?
from.
I mean,
minister,
what is a minister not in?
like
You know,
dude,
8-year-olds, bad documents.
No, that's priests. All right, stop. So, to be ordained, I think you can go online and like answer like 6 questions and pay
and you're an
$50.
ordained,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, there's so many people that are like ordained.
Yeah, and if one of them's a criminal and knows their way around this paperwork like thing, like I mean, obviously it can happen.
Well, clearly, but I'm just saying, like, there could be a million people. Like, it seems like if you have like 15 minutes to research it, you could figure out how to be ordained. So it's like,
Oh yeah, anyone could do it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when we come back in 2 weeks, I'll be ordained.
you could be.
All right. All right. Last story. We have 2 deaths to report. Sly Stone. And
Only
Brian-
2? I feel
and-
like there's more than that.
Oh, there was, but I'm not going to go through everybody over last month. And Brian Wilson. of
Oh,
the
we're
Be-
just going to compare them 2 together?
Yeah, Sly Stone and Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. You know,
I know Brian Wilson's considered like a musical genius type guy, but I never understood the Beach Boys thing. Like me personally.
California Girls, right?
Yeah,
There's them,
like,
well, I mean, yeah, but it was.
California
guess it's-
toe curls.
I guess the
10 toes up.
they were like what 60s, 50s, 60s.
60s?
They started in the 50s. Yeah, it's late 50s into the 60s.
It seemed like a different era. I
Yeah.
guess you would have had to have like the high pitch kind of like I don't know, like it was, and it's also the West Coast. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I hear you. I mean, kudos. Like he's obviously regarded as one of the best musician songwriters ever. Kudos.
but I mean, like California Girls is not a
It's Katy Perry's song.
well,
it's also a David Lee Roth song.
Yeah.
but I mean that is not a lyrical genius type song.
No, but apparently
None of his stuff
they
works.
have others though. Like you know, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not
A lot of people say Pet Sounds is one of the greatest albums ever. Yeah. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm never gonna listen to it.
Wait,
I'll
so
never
Gary,
listen to it.
it's finally something you have something to say about, and you're
He's trying
chiming
to
off
stay-
on the
he's trying to
sideline.
stay awake. Yeah.
My
All right.
neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack.
Oh, you laugh about that?
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna
Oh yeah, so we're not even going to give him the proper send off. Jay is going to be so upset.
yeah, you know. Oh, Shanna said don't forget about Amanda from MTV.
Amanda?
Yeah, VJ. I forget her last name.
Amanda Seyfried?
No.
No, that's
She
the
was-
hot
she was
chick
a-
from-
She was a VJ.
Yeah, the one with the bulgy eyes, the bug
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah, but
Late-
she got nice titties.
Late '90s into the 2000s. Actually, no. Yeah. Late '90s, early 2000s.
She the redhead?
No,
No, that's
she-
Tabitha Soren.
Yeah, Tabitha Soren.
Soren.
This is She was a.
What's the name of the
light-
show?
She was a light skinned girl.
Welcome back with the Soren.
Welcome back, Tabitha Soren. You're really-
King's promotion with the Soren.
Put that belt on my sore end. All right.
All right, yeah, you know, rest in peace, Tiffany or
Yep.
Amanda,
She didn't
whatever
die.
your name is. Oh wait, well,
Tiffany. Who's Tiffany?
wait, not. We're talking about people that are dead, and she said, "Don't forget about Amanda from MTV."
Yeah,
so I
she-
just
Amanda.
assumed,
Yeah, she died.
right?
you
So I said, "R.I.P." Amanda.
You said Tiffany.
right, and then I said, "I
Oh.
meant
Oh.
Amanda."
Yeah, they're close.
I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone
Is
around.
that song called Tiffany?
That's by Tiffany.
That's Tiffany.
That's
She-
a-
dude, I was obsessed with her
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Right.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that now I know because we're talking about Tabitha Soren,
you're right.
the redhead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Tiffany
What
was a
the
red.
fuck is going
I
on?
have
Tiffany
no
was-
idea, Mike.
Tiffany was a redhead.
No, she wasn't. She was blonde.
Tiffany was a redhead.
No, Tiffany was blonde.
Mm.
Nah, it
She was
doesn't
a
matter.
redhead.
Doesn't matter. I bet her real hair was blonde.
I repeat.
I'll find out. Probably like 65 now. All right.
No, now it's white.
Yeah,
Right.
you're right. All right, guys. We will see you next week. Oh no.
What?
I already ended the show. All right. We'll see you guys. Peace.
When did you end the show?